Today, we will be changing history by resetting the league dating all the way to the year 2016. Okay, like the title, the intro, or the thumbnail might suggest, today we're basically just going back in time, maybe 9 years, back to 2016. And before we start simulating or showing the draft classes, I think we should go through every team real quick because a lot could happen. Let's just say round up over the span of 10 years. Obviously, Philly has Embiid, Ben Simmons, Rocco, and Saric. The Bucks with Giannis, Middleton, Greg Monroe, Malcolm Brogdon. The Chicago Bulls with Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, Taj Gibson, Robin Lopez, Rondo. We'll actually make Jimmy Butler into a small forward, just so like their best 5 players are literally their starting players. The Cavs, wow, this is one of my favorite teams. It's crazy to say LeBron was 31, he's 41 right now, and he's still hooping. But yeah, LeBron, Kyrie, K-Love, TT, JR, Shump isn't on the team. Iman Shumpert's not on the team. I think because, yeah, okay, so technically he is supposed to be on the team, but because of like the whole legal issues with like 2K and everything, he's just not here. Boston Celtics with IT, Al Horford, Jay Crowder, Marcus Smart, Kelly Olynyk. Is this, yeah, rookie year Jaylen Brown? Wow. Clippers with the big 3 over here. No big 3. Oh, because there's no Blake Griffin. Okay, no, that's gonna have to get fixed. We're gonna have to add Blake Griffin. So Iman Shumpert we could live without, but Blake Griffin's gonna be added. That's unacceptable. Okay, there we go. We got Blake Griffin. I don't know exactly how old he was. I kind of just estimated because he's 36 right now, so we just made him 26. But obviously CP3, Blake Griffin, DJ, JJ Redick, Jamal Crawford, you know, the bench mob over here. Memphis Grizzlies, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, Zebo, Tony Allen, Vince Carter, Chandler Parsons, etc. Atlanta Hawks, Paul Millsap, Dwight Howard, Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kyle Korver. Miami Heat, Whiteside, Chris Bosh, Goran Dragic, Deion Waiters, James Johnson. Hornets, Kemba Batum, Cody Zeller, Frank Kaminsky. Utah Jazz, Gordon Hayward, Rudy Gobert, Derek Favors, Joe Ingles, Joe Johnson. Kings, we got Boogie Cousins, Rudy Gay, Darren Collison, Ty Lawson, Aaron Aflalo, Garrett Temple, and so on and so forth. Knicks with Old Carmelo, they got Tingus Pingus, Derrick Rose, Willie Hernan Gomez, Joakim Noah. They got Justin Holiday too, Brandon Jennings. Lakers, this is when they had that like young Lakers squad. Obviously no Kobe Bryant. It's the Lakers' first year officially in a while without Kobe Bryant, but they got D'Lo, Lou Will, Randall, Clarkson, Larry Nance, Ingram, Zuby, Nick Young, Luol Deng, and so on and so forth. Orlando Magic, Vooch, AG, Evan Fournier, Jody Meeks, Biyombo, CJ Watson, DJ Augustine. This, man, it's like kind of bringing back memories because this is kind of the era I grew up in. Like when I started falling in love, in like the 2010s is when I started falling in love, which you could argue was like almost peak basketball. The Dallas Mavericks, man, this team was bad. They got Dirk, Harrison Barnes, Darren Williams, JJ Barea, Seth Curry. Yeah, this team is okay. Brooklyn Nets with Lopez, Jeremy Lin, Boyan Bogdanovic, Kevin Booker, Louis Scola, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris. The Nuggets with a young Jokic, Gary Harris, Gallo, Wilson Chandler, Kenneth Faried, Yusuf Nurkic, who they later traded on to Portland, which I kind of want to make a video. What if Jokic ended up in Portland? That'd be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure rookie year Jamal Murray. Yeah, rookie year Jameer Nelson, and so on and so forth. Indiana Pacers are also a very fun team to watch. They got PG, Jeff Teague, Miles Turner, Thad Young, Monte Ellis, so on and so forth. I don't know if Lance Stevenson was on this team. I want to fact check that because if he is, we'll add him real quick. Okay, so he was, after a quick little fact check, he was, so we'll just replace someone with him. Okay, so apparently Lance Stevenson was a 86 overall according to Hoops Hype, so we'll make him to an 86 overall and we'll give him a few badges, and then yeah, there we go. The Pacers also had Lance Stevenson. Okay, we give him 6 badges. Nothing crazy because 86 overall is kind of crazy, or he's an 88 right now. Whoa, 86. Also, if I do miss anyone in the future or just whatever in the rosters, I do apologize. It's kind of hard to remember every single roster by heart. Kind of just trying to remember like the prominent players per roster. But anyways, the Pelicans have AD, Drew Holiday, Buddy Hield, Tyreek Evans, Omer Osek, Dante Cunningham, and yeah, this team was it was really fun once they got Boogie and Rondo on the team. The Pistons, Andre Drummond, Tobias Harris, Richie Jackson, KCP, Marcus Morris, etc., etc. Toronto Raptors, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Jonas Valanciunas, Jared Stunger, Corey Joseph, Terrence Ross, Norman Powell. This team was really fun. They also have a young Siakam over here too. This team was really fun watching growing up. The Rockets, another very fun team watching growing up. They have James Harden, Capella, Pat Bev, Eric Gordon, Trevor Ariza, Nene, etc., etc. San Antonio Spurs, Kawhi was such a beast in the Spurs. Aldridge, Paul Gasol, Tony Parker, Manu, Patty Mills, Danny Green. This team was also very fun. Also, they have Slow-Mo and DeJounte Murray, young versions of them. Phoenix Suns, I want to get out of here. Eric Bledsoe, I don't know why his hairline looks like that. Is kind of scaring me. Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Tyson Chandler, Axe Len, so on and so forth. OKC Thunder, Westbrook, VO, Steven Adams. This is the year where KD left, so this is OKC's first year with just Westbrook and his MVP possible year over here. Sabonis, maybe he could progress into the player he is right now, who knows. Then the Timberwolves with Cat, Wiz, bigs, Rubio, Zach LaVine, Gorgie Jang, Chris Dunn, Tyus Jones, and so on and so forth. The Blazers with Lillard, CJ, Mason Plumlee, Festus Ezeli, Evan Turner, Pat Connaughton. Wow. Yeah, this team was definitely interesting over here. I wonder, is Al-Farouq Amino supposed to be here? Al-Farouq Amino? Okay, honestly, he's probably not going to be like DNA out. It's going to sound weird, but like you could import DNAs and like his DNA is probably not out in the public over there. Golden State Warriors, they have the four-headed monster here. You have Curry, KD, Clay, Draymond. Yeah, this team is going to be disgusting. JaVale McGee, Zaza, David West. Luckily, I think for the league, KD, yeah, he has a 1+1 player option, so maybe he doesn't accept it, you know, and it's only 1 year of this tomfoolery. The Wizards obviously have John Wall, so we're going to add him, but they have Bradley Beal too, Otto Porter, Markieff Morris, Marcin Gortat, Kelly Oubre, Jan Mahimi, Jason Smith, so on and so forth. So we're going to add John Wall real quick. And there we go. Okay, it's not picture perfect John Wall by any means, but I guess this will do for now. And yeah, that is it. Best players. These are the best players in the league, and that is it. That is all. Just a few things to take notice. Number one, picks are not reset. So whatever picks have been traded, so like the Brooklyn Nets and the Celtics, obviously one of the most popular like what ifs over here. Number two, hard cap is off, injuries are off, player fatigue is off, team chemistry is off, just to make it a little more fun. And I think that's about it. I don't know if I said it, but we're not taking control of any teams. Teams are able to trade who they want, sign who they want, do whatever the hell they want. They could literally whatever they want they could do. We're just taking control of each team. And then each draft class is not random. It's going to go in linear order. This one containing Josh Jackson, Lonzo Ball, TJ Leaf, Jason Tatum, Justin Patton, Markelle Fultz, Donovan Mitchell, Dennis Smith Jr., Jonathan Isaac, Bam. You guys see the players. Very, very stacked draft class. Larry Marketing, De'Aaron Fox, Josh Hart, Boucher, Frank Ntilikina, Luke Kennard, Malik Monk, Kyle Kuzma, John Collins, Jared Allen, OG, Thomas Bryant, Derek White. Yeah, this was a really, really deep draft class. Isaiah Hardenstein, Justin Jackson played a little bit. And I think that's Dylan Brooks. We're still finding players here. Luke Cornett. And now I think we've reached the realm of, yeah, there's no one really else over here. So now's the time where we just simulate to the end of the season and kind of just glance through it, you know, see what's happening, what teams are making the playoffs, who's going where, because that's when it's going to start getting more interesting. Okay, little segment break over here. I don't know if anything's happened, but transaction reports, we'll take a look at some trades. It looks like a lot of trades actually have happened over here. So some re-signings over here, a lot of these players getting re-signed. I don't see any noticeable trades. If we do, we'll take a pause and obviously talk about it. I guess Lou Will goes to Orlando, but other than that, Joakim Noah goes to the Warriors. That could be a pretty decent pickup for them, actually. The Warriors with Joakim Noah, they kind of need like another big man, right? Not really, but I mean, oh, he's actually making a lot of money, but okay, it's true. It's true. Cap is off, hard cap is off. Anyways, NBA All-Stars, All-Star participants. Looks like everyone who's made it kind of is there. Paul Millsap is there. I don't think he's ever made an All-Star past whatever he's made already. And then Whiteside, first time All-Star. Isaiah Thomas, second time All-Star. Out west, seems like it's pretty much the same old players over here, so that's pretty cool. Award races, we're expecting to have Westbrook win MVP just like in real life. 37.2 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 9 assists with 2 steals. Wow. And Stephen Curry, LeBron, KD, and James Harden. Rookie of the year. Okay, ignore these two. Ignore these two over here, but technically Ben Simmons should win it. Yeah, Ben Simmons has the best odds to win it right now. We're going to override it if these guys win it, but yeah. Sixth man of the year, Jared Sullinger with the Raptors, Eric Gordon, Ty Lawson, Joe Ingles, and Joakim Noah. DPOI, DJ, Giannis, Whiteside, Draymond, and Drummond. And MIP, Yoke, Giannis, Dennis Schroeder, Devin Booker, and Joe Ingles. And then Cusp of the year, we can ignore that. We take a little sneak peek at the teams. So Toronto are running the East right now, but honestly, it's usually how it was. They were like a really good regular season team, and then LeBronto happened. The Celtics not on the playoff runs, and the Bucks not on the playoff run. I'm pretty sure this is when the Bucks started to be like really good, but like still losing the first round, making a second round appearance. But other than that, a little disappointing season for them, to be honest. And then out west, yeah, the usual teams over here. The Nuggets, actually the 4th seed right now. OKC 6, Rockets 7, Timberwolves 8, and Blazers. Blazers not playing good at all. They're usually like in the race of like a 6-5 seed over here, but seems like the Nuggets, Utah, and just the Timberwolves are kind of taking over those spots over there. Okay, pretty interesting. The Brooklyn Nets are really bad, so the Boston Celtics probably are going to get their pick and maybe draft Jaylen Brown, or Tatum, who knows. All right, end of the season, and Westbrook does not average a triple-double, but he is the MVP just like in real life. 37 points, 13.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. Efficiency is really good. Blake Griffin, not rookie of the year. It's going to go to, we'll give it to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, rookie of the year, 15.5 points, basically 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.2 steals, half a block. Jared Sullinger, 6th man of the year with the Raptors, 12.5 points about with a double-double. We'll say 10 rebounds, an assist and a half. 10.5. Efficiency is okay. Giannis DPOY 23, 10.5, 11 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 3 blocks. Jokic MIP 21, 13.5, 6, 1.1, 1.1. And Greg Popovich Coach of the Year 65 and 17. All-NBA first, we have Westbrook, Stephen Curry, LeBron, Giannis, DeMarcus Cousins. All-NBA second, Jokic, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Chris Paul, James Harden. All-NBA third, John Wall, Kemba, Jimmy Butler, Blake Griffin, and Kat. All defensive first, Westbrook, Tony Allen, Giannis, Draymond, DJ. And then all defensive second, Whiteside, LeBron, AD, Eric Bledsoe, and Lance Stevenson, who averaged, what did he average? 19 points. Really good efficiency. Okay, cool. And then all rookie, this is kind of bugged here with these two guys, but we have, or these three I should say, right? We have Ben Simmons, Saric, Zubac, Buddy Hield, Malcolm Brogdon, Willie, and Karis LeVert. Or I think actually this was Embiid's year that he won. No, it was Malcolm Brogdon, right? Malcolm Brogdon won because Ben Simmons was, I don't remember. Anyways, in the playoffs out west, San Antonio, OKC. We have Denver, Utah, Golden State, Houston, Clippers, Sacramento. Out east, Toronto, Miami, Indiana, Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, and Cleveland, and Washington. A lot of these matchups I feel like we've seen already in person. One thing I want to take a look at before we simulate is league leaders for points. Number one, Westbrook. Well, take a look at top five in each category. Again, Westbrook 37, Stephen Curry 35.2, Harden 31.2, Kemba 29, Kyrie 28. Rebounds, we got Drummond, Whiteside, DJ, DeMarcus Cousins, Jokic. Assists, we have CP3, Rondo, Ricky Rubio, LeBron, and Westbrook. Steals, we got Kawhi, Jimmy Butler, Westbrook, CP3, Rondo. And then blocks, Giannis, DJ, Whiteside, AD, and Joel Embiid. Okay, we're going to simulate the first round. Well, kind of what we'll do is we'll take it game by game when it reaches the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals. We have San Antonio winning in 4, Denver winning in 7, Golden State in 4, Clippers in 5, Toronto in 6, Indiana in 7, Chicago in 5, and Cleveland in 4. Simulate the second round, and we got Cleveland advancing. We have Spurs advancing, Indiana advances, and the Golden State Warriors advance. We almost had like a cannon conference finals on each side, but Toronto upsets or gets upset by the Indiana Pacers. This is where we take it game by game. Game 1 is going to be a dub for Cleveland. Game 2 is going to be a dub for San Antonio and a dub for Indiana. Simulate the next game. San Antonio up 2-1, Indiana up 2-1, tie 2-2 out east, and Spurs are up 2-1. Simulate another game. Cleveland and San Antonio up 3-2 and 3-1. Simulate the next game, and the Cavs advance in 6. We have a 3-2 match or 3-2 series over here out west. Can Golden State force a game 7? And they force a game 7, starting off strong. We have a game 7 already in the Western Conference. San Antonio taking an early, seems to be first half lead over here. If Golden State doesn't win the second half, it looks like their season's going to be done. And yeah, with about 6.5 minutes to go, Spurs are up about 23. It's pretty much a done deal here. The Spurs are going to be advancing to the finals, blowing out the big four over here. Kawhi with 58 on 1, Paul Gasol 28, 10, 3. Wow. Manu double 11-11. We have Cavs Spurs matchup in the finals. Simulate game 1 is going to be a dub for the Spurs. Game 2 is going to be a dub for the Spurs. Game 3, dub for the Cavs. Can Cavs bring it back 2-2? They do that. Game 5 really important. The Spurs take it. Game 6, can Cleveland force a game 7? They do not. Kawhi wins it and ends it in 6. Kawhi Leonard also your finals MVP. Amazing numbers, amazing efficiency. Congratulations. Player retirements: Vince Carter, Jason Terry, Meta World Peace, Mike Miller, Nazir Muhammad, Elton Brand. These players over here retire. Manu retires with 1 more. How many did he end with on his in his career? Ended with 5. Wow, 5 3-time All-Star. So yeah, these are the players that retired. Jersey retirements: we got Manu with the Spurs. Makes sense. Historical changes: we got used timeout system introduced in 2017. All-Star captains will now choose the All-Star team. Cool. And then team brandings for these teams over here, or pretty much every team. Okay, yeah. Okay, draft lottery: the Magic, Hornets, and Suns projected to get the 1, 2, and 3 pick. Kings 4th, Philly 5 via the Lakers. Or sorry, not projected. They do have the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd pick. Orlando Magic with the 1st pick, and they will be drafting Lonzo Ball out of UCLA. 2nd pick, Charlotte Hornets, Donovan Mitchell. This is a very good pick. Very good player to have. Phoenix Suns 3rd pick, and they will draft TJ. Okay, typical for Phoenix to be doing this with Jogon Bender and all their other picks that they've got. Josh Jackson goes 4th to the Kings. Okay, interesting. Philadelphia 76ers, Jason Tatum. So we have Embiid, Ben Simmons, and Tatum. New York Knicks, Jonathan Isaac. Okay, there's still a lot of players that haven't been drafted. I'm questioning why they haven't. Milwaukee Bucks, Markelle Fultz. Okay, the Blazers with the 8th pick, and they're gonna get Larry Markin. I feel like that's a pretty good pick for them because they already have their 2 guards in CJ and Lillard. Boston Celtics, John Collins. Nice athletic maybe athletic 3-and-D forward. Philly again on the clock, and they're gonna trade their pick for Jonathan Isaac and Willie Hernan Gomez. So they're gonna have what, Ben Simmons, Jonathan Isaac, Tatum, and Embiid. That's a pretty nice like starting five. And I think Roko's in that mix, but they get Bam out of New York Knicks get Bam Adebayo. Blazers again on the clock, and they get Dennis Smith Jr. He goes, I think he played in Portland for a bit, no, I think it was Brooklyn, I don't remember. De'Aaron Fox goes to the Pistons with a 12th pick, Dallas Mavericks with the 13th pick, and they're gonna get Frank Ntilikina. We'll do the first 15 picks and then we'll simulate to the end. Minnesota Timberwolves with the 14th pick, Zach Collins, okay, and then the Miami Heat with the 15th pick, Kyle Kuzma. All right, cool. Sim to the end. We have Josh Hart going to the Hawks, Malik Monk to the Nets, Derek White goes to the Utah Jazz, OG to the Denver Nuggets, Chris Boucher to the Chicago Bulls, Isaiah Hartenstein goes to the Spurs in the last pick, first round. And then second round, I think we're pretty much done. Thomas Bryant goes to Phoenix, Luke Cornett goes to Milwaukee, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. All right, cool. Free agencies, we have Stephen Curry, KD, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Paul Millsap, all these players over here. Maybe the Warriors could honestly fall off over here if they don't sign back Stephen Curry. I don't know what his what is it called? Yeah, his ambition, very loyal, somewhat important. So maybe he resigns with the Warriors, maybe he doesn't. And then KD, somewhat loyal. Okay, cool. So we'll simulate after the free agency market and we'll kind of see who goes where. The Bucks get Paul Millsap and Patty Mills. The Cleveland Cavaliers get Dwayne Wade, Nene, Joe Ingles, Deion Waiters, Rondo. That's a pretty good offseason for them. Kelly Olynyk to the Celtics. The Clippers get KD. So they have KD, Blake Griffin. I don't think CP3 resigned them. So KD, Blake Griffin, and DJ. They also get Darren Williams, Fred VanVleet, Sean Livingston. Jazz re-signed Gordon Hayward, which is good for them. The Jazz get Dylan Brooks. Okay, cool. The Nets signed Stephen Curry. Ouch. That's a big ouch for the Warriors. So I'm pretty sure now they have Brook Lopez, Stephen Curry, and Jeremy Lin and Bojan Bogdanovic maybe. Oh wait, the Clippers don't have Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin goes to the Toronto Raptors. So they have Kyle Lowry, Blake Griffin, and DeMar DeRozan. That's a nice. I mean, the shooting is kind of bad, but also Zebo. But that's a nice team over there. Pau Gasol goes to the Blazers. Chris Paul goes to the Warriors with also PJ Tucker, and that seems to be it. Okay, that's pretty much about it. Okay, wow, very much so eventful offseason. We'll take a look at the new look teams. 76ers obviously get Jason Tatum, and they also traded for Jonathan Isaac. I want to take a look at what their starting lineup's going to be. So we got Ben Simmons, Roko, Jonathan Isaac, Saric, Embiid, and Tatum off the bench. Interesting. I don't know why they want Tatum to come off the bench, but anyways, that's their decision. Next team here, we got Giannis, Paul Millsap, Middleton, Brogdon, Markelle Fultz. A nasty team over here. I want to see what their starting lineup's going to look like too. And their lineup's going to be Markelle Fultz, Wesley Matthews, Giannis, Paul Millsap, JJ Hickson, and then off the bench, Chris Middleton, Brogdon, Patty Mills. So no big bodies, but I mean, a lot of guard play, so maybe they could trade something for something. Obviously, the Clippers, they got KD, DeAndre Jordan, JJ Redick now. So honestly, their team is not as good as I thought it was going to be, because I thought Chris Paul and Blake Griffin were still on the team, but just KD and DeAndre Jordan with some shooters, and that's it. The Brooklyn Nets, yeah, okay, so the four players we mentioned are the four best players here. So Bojan, Jeremy Lin, Brook Lopez, and Stephen Curry, 29 years old. Decent supporting cast here with Trevor Booker, Karis LeVert, and Michael Beasley. Toronto Raptors, man, this team might take over the East for a little bit. Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, Blake Griffin. I mean, shooting's gonna be a little iffy, but they have Zebo too. So I feel like we should do this to be helpful. Make Blake Griffin into a small forward, just so that like we don't have Zebo coming off the bench, you know. And then the Golden State Warriors, they lose Steph Curry, but they kind of like numb the pain a little bit by getting Chris Paul. So yeah, you do lose arguably the best point guard of all time, but you get Chris Paul, so it's not like you're not missing a piece at the point guard position, because Chris Paul's like damn near an all-star, like still at 32 years old, you know. Okay, and that's pretty much about it. We'll take a look at the draft class coming up. We have Trae Young, DeAndre Jordan, Luka, Triple J, Marvin Bagley, Mo Bamba, Colin Sexton, MPJ, Zaire Smith, Shea, MPJ, Troy Brown Jr., Dante, Kevin Huerter, DeAnthony Melton, Miles Bridges, Yuta Watanabe. Yeah, again, this draft class also very good. Lonnie Walker, Josh Okogie, Grayson Allen, Jalen Brunson, Jared Vanderbilt, Cadis BS Diop, Drew Eubanks, Morris Wagner, Devontae Graham. I keep scrolling because I feel like we're gonna miss one. Mitchell Robinson, Anthony Simons. We have Shea Mikhailuk. I don't want to butcher his name, but I did. Duncan Robinson, and I think we're done now. Gary Trent Jr., Bruce Brown. I think we're done now. Gabe Vincent. Okay, you see players just keep popping up. Okay, now I think we're good. We're gonna select it in the season and kind of just rinse and repeat everything that we've been doing. Okay, trade deadline. Again, we will take a look real quick if any interesting moves have been made. If not, we just skim right past through it. Okay, so the only interesting trade is the Nuggets trade Yusuf Nurkic again, but this time it's to the Hawks, and the Hawks trade Josh Hart to the Denver Nuggets. So Denver Nuggets have a bunch of just rebounding machines. They have OG now, Josh Hart, Jokic. Honestly, that team's pretty good. Like, if it developed into the players that we know today, then this team's looking pretty good with Jokic, Gallo, Jamal Murray, Wilson Chandler, Emmanuel Mudiay, Malik Beasley, OG, and Josh Hart now. This team's winning multiple finals. Let me tell you that. Anyways, NBA standings, we have the Cavs 42-9, Raptors 42-10, not far behind. Philly, Boston's making a move now. We have Washington Wizards. The Hornets 30-22. Yeah, with Donovan Mitchell, how is he playing? We'll take a look at the rookie reports all together, but he's playing pretty good. That's why they're the 7th seed right now. And then the team's not playing good. The Milwaukee Bucks again, despite them literally getting better, just way better. Patty Mills, I don't know why it looks like that. Brogdon, Giannis, Paul Millsap, Chris Middleton. It's because Chris Middleton's coming off the bench, quite possibly. And then out west, the Golden State Warriors are still good. It's still very good. Actually, wait, speaking about the Warriors, the Brooklyn Nets 8th seed, 28-26. Stephen Curry, pretty sure he's just the only one that's hooping right now for them. But the Clippers 5th seed with KD and DJ. The Minnesota Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets, obviously. OKC Thunder is falling off a little bit because it's really just Westbrook right now. And then obviously the bottom teams here, Portland Trailblazers are a little disappointing, but other than that, not bad. Rookie report points. We have Josh Jackson leading the rookies in points, and we have Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, Dennis Smith Jr., Lauri Markkanen. Rebounds, we have John Collins, Bam, Justin Patton, TJ Leaf, and Lauri Markkanen. Assists, we have Lonzo Ball with the Magic, Frank Ntilikina, De'Aaron Fox, Markelle Fultz, and Donovan Mitchell. And then steals, Josh Jackson, Donovan Mitchell, Lonzo Ball, OG, and Jason Tatum. Blocks, Jared Allen, Lonzo, John Collins, Bam, and Donovan Mitchell. Now for the entirety of the league, James Harden is leading the league in scoring. Klay Thompson number 2 with no Steph Curry. He said, I'm gonna take the show with 31.6 points. We have AD, Steph Curry, and Jimmy Butler. As for rebounds, we have DJ, AD, Vooch, Drummond, and Cat. Assists, we got CP3, Kyle Lowry, John Wall, Ben Simmons, Rubio. Steals, CP3, Kawhi, Josh Jackson, Jimmy Butler, Tony Allen. And then blocks, Giannis, Whiteside, Capella, Embiid, and AD. Last things I want to check before we simulate is the All-Stars and award races. So All-Star participants, we have Lance Stevenson makes it, Carmelo makes it despite him being 33. What did he average? 24, 6, and 3. Okay. And then like your usual players over here. Mike Conley, pretty sure first time All-Star, makes it. Whoa, 25.6 points. Yeah, very good numbers for Mike Conley. And then Team Russell Westbrook, we got your usual players over here. Award races, LeBron, CP3, Ben Simmons, Westbrook, and Kawhi. Rookie of the Year, Lonzo, Donovan Mitchell, Josh Jackson, Markelle Fultz, John Collins. Sixth Man of the Year, Jeremy Lin, Bobby Portis, Eric Gordon, DeJounte Murray, Willie Hernan Gomez. DPOY, Giannis, DJ, Kawhi, AD, Draymond Green, and MIP, Torian Prince, Ben Simmons, Emmanuel Moody, Jamal Murray, and Jaylen Brown. All right, and end of the season, playoffs, here we come, baby. At the end of the season, unlike in the real life, LeBron James snags another MVP in this timeline. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 8.5 assists, steal and a half, 1.2 blocks, 50-40, no, not 90, 67 from the free throw. Okay. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year, numbers are okay for a rookie. I mean, honestly, he's filling up the stat sheets, which is pretty good. Jeremy Lin, 6th Man of the Year, 12.5, 4, 5.5. Giannis, DPOY again, 23, 9, 5, 1.3, 2.5 blocks. Ben Simmons, MIP, 20, 10.5, 9.5, almost a triple double. Okay. Tyronn Lue, Coach of the Year, 66 and 16, and that is all. OMB first, Chris Paul makes it. Chris Paul makes it over Stephen Curry. Huh. Okay, so we have Westbrook, CP3, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Jokic. OMB second, no Stephen Curry, but we have Harden, Ben Simmons, KD, Giannis, DeMarcus Cousins, and no Steph Curry at all. But we have Mike Conley, John Wall, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, and Cat. Maybe Curry should have stayed in Golden State. All defensive first, Westbrook, Tony Allen, Giannis, AD, DJ. All defensive second, Drummond, Kawhi, Draymond, Lance Stevenson, Ben Simmons. And all rookie first, Lonzo, Josh Jackson, Donovan Mitchell, Markelle Fultz, John Collins. All rookie second, Bam, Dennis Smith Jr., Lauri Markkanen, Frank Ntilikina, and Jason Tatum. And the playoffs out west, we have San Antonio, Portland, Clippers, Utah, Denver, Rockets, Golden State Timberwolves. And out east, we have Cleveland and Brooklyn, Indiana, Boston, Philly, Wizards, and Toronto versus Charlotte. Well, similar to the first round, we do have Stephen Curry and LeBron in the first round, and it's 2-2 for them right now. LeBron up 3-2, and they advance to the second round. So we have San Antonio, Clippers, Golden State, Denver. We have Philly, Toronto. Basically, every higher seed won the series. Similar this round, and we got Toronto advancing, Golden State advancing, Cleveland advancing, and the Spurs advancing. So this is your typical like Eastern and Western Conference Finals around this time. Game 1's a dub for Cleveland. Game 2, dub for Cleveland, dub for Golden State. Game 3 and Game 2 for some. Toronto wins it at home, 2-1 and 2-0 series. Game 3 and Game 4, Toronto ties it up 2-2, and Golden State just up 3 right now. They're about to sweep the Spurs with CP3 right now. Game 5 and Game 4, San Antonio takes a dub, and Toronto up 3-2 against the Cavs. Next game, and we have the Spurs lose losing in 5, and we have a game 7 out east. Can Toronto finally get out of the mess of just LeBronto owning them? Pretty close game, but like just Cleveland kind of taking over in the third right here and the fourth. The second half, they're just kind of taking over and it's done. Wow, 18-point blowout here. LeBron James 23 and 12, Kyrie 21. Everyone just scoring double digits over here. We have your typical Cleveland and Golden State final matchup over here. Game 1, dub for the Cavs. Game 2, dub for the Warriors. Game 3, dub for the Warriors. Game 4, Cleveland ties it up 2-2. Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead and Cleveland wins it in 6. LeBron James wins his second and Cleveland 29.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal. Player retirements: Paul Pierce, Dirk, Joe Johnson, Nene, all these players over here, so on and so forth. We'll just scroll and you guys can kind of take a look at it. Hall of Fame inductees: Dirk and Paul Pierce. So naturally, jersey retirements: Paul Pierce with the Celtics and Dirk with the Dallas Mavericks. Historical changes: shot clock over here and then team brandings. All right, cool. Draft lottery and Magic again. First pick, Phoenix second, and Philly with the third pick via Dallas. Lakers fourth, Pistons 5, and so on and so forth down the list. Magic can be building a pretty good dynasty here. Same thing with the Philadelphia 76ers, low key. Orlando Magic with the first pick. They're gonna draft Luka Doncic, Luka and Lonzo. Wow. DeAndre Ayton goes number 2 to the Phoenix Suns. He just can't get away from them apparently. Philly with the third pick. They draft Marvin Bagley. They were so close, but they fumbled to getting Shea. Lakers with the fourth pick. They're gonna get Trae Young. Fifth pick, Triple J, Detroit Pistons. I like that fit a lot. OKC Thunder with the sixth pick. Michael Porter Jr. with Westbrook. I like that too. I like it. Pelicans with the 7th pick, and they're going to be drafting Mo Bamba. Kings with the 8th pick, Colin Sexton. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because Shea might not be the player he is right now, right? So that's why he's probably not getting drafted right now. It's like hit or miss. He might progress, he might not. And same thing with all these players here. Like Wendell Carter Jr. might be the new Shaq for all we know, but he goes to the Bucks. Memphis Grizzlies, Mikal Bridges. Okay, yeah. So we'll just sim to the rest of it because I'm pretty sure like all the star picks kind of got picked already. So Shea goes to the Bulls, number 12. Yeah, we'll kind of just scroll through it. Miles Bridges to the Hawks, Dante to the Jazz. I just voice cracked like 3 times in a span of 5 seconds. Oh my god. And pretty much about it. I think Anthony Simons falls pretty low. He goes to the Bucks. And Jalen Brunson falls a lot. Goes to the Denver Nuggets in the second round. Wow. Okay. Wow. Free agents: LeBron, Westbrook, Paul George, DeMarcus Cousins, Isaiah Thomas, Embiid, Carmelo, Wiggins, Gary Harris. A lot of huge name players here, especially these 2 guys. Embiid re-signs with Philly. That's huge for them. Wow. So LeBron doesn't re-sign, and to make up for it, they get DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony. Wow. So that means LeBron's on the move. He went somewhere. We don't know where. Imagine he went to Brooklyn. If he went to Brooklyn, that's nasty. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Okay, that's kind of sad. I kind of don't want to look at where he went now. Oh my god, he goes to Houston. Wow. He went to Houston with James Harden. Westbrook leaves too. So the Spurs get Isaiah Thomas and Westbrook. Whoa. Yeah, OKC Thunder, they're in the mud, man. Wow, OKC Thunder are so bad now. Okay, that is huge for some teams. The East just got so weak. So weak. All right, so taking a look at the new teams at the start of the season, we have a huge big 3, big 4, big 5. Man, this team is still very so good. Kyrie, DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, K-Love, and Carmelo. Man, I feel like we have to make some changes here. PG has to go to a shooting guard, and that's it. Okay, because we're not going to have Carmelo or Paul George, one of these 2 coming off the bench. It's not going to happen. Celtics kind of bad. Kind of bad. They lose IT, obviously. And now we got the Magic. Lonzo, AG, Vooch, Evan Fournier, and Luka. This starting lineup has a lot of potential. Mainly just Lonzo and Luka. And man, oh man, the Houston Rockets. LeBron and Harden. Obviously, King Capella and all these people here, but just these 2 here, they could win a championship. Oh, but you forget about this team here. Westbrook, Kawhi, IT. They kind of have a lot of guards. We have to make Westbrook a shooting guard. He's a 99 over, but we have to because we're not having IT come off the bench. That makes no sense, right? They're going to have a third string DeJounte Murray point guard. No, yeah, it's not happening. And then the OKC Thunder, they have 2 80 overalls. One's at 81, Steven Adams, and then Sabonis, who's, yeah, this team. You better hope you get a good pick in the lottery. You better hope you have your first round pick actually to start with. Okay, and that's it. And then on that note, talking about picks and whatnot, 2019 NBA draft, we have Zion, Ja, Kobe White, Darius Garland, RJ, Jared Culver, Brandon Clark, Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter, Tyler Hero. We'll just scroll and then like just show how deep this draft class is too, because this draft class is also very good. Like we're scrolling maybe 30 deep and there's still good players here like Terrence Mann, Naz Reid, THT. Like this is a very good draft class too. Okay, trade deadline, nothing interesting happening for trades, so I'll just save us all the time. We'll just take a look at all-star participants. Team Stephen looks like it's just your usual all-stars making it, and then Team Westbrook, Lance Stevenson again. Is he playing? He's a 95. Okay. I don't know who I created, but I just took a random like player DNA and I just slapped it on somebody. But again, it just seems like your regular players are making it. Award races: Westbrook, CP3, Jokic, Cat, Lance Stevenson. Oh my god. Rookie of the year: DeAndre Ayton, Luka, Triple J, Colin Sexton, Mo Bamba. 6th man of the year: Justin Patton, Festus Ezeli, JJ Barrett, Gary Harris, Dennis Smith Jr., and then DPOY: Drummond, Draymond, Giannis, Jokic, and Kawhi. MIP: Justin Patton, Cameron Payne, TJ McConnell, Georges Niang, and Lonzo Ball. I feel like all this talking just makes me just voice crack a bunch. I don't know why I voice crack so much. And then NBA standings, yeah, Cleveland, Toronto just smacking down the East, and then we got Philly, Indiana, Washington, Boston, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Milwaukee again, man. Come on, like you guys have a good team. Yeah, Paul Millsap, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Malcolm Brogdon, and Markelle Fultz is progressing. He's playing good too. So I don't know why this team is just so bad. Knicks, Miami, Orlando. So Orlando just keeps stockpiling on players though. Like low key, if they get like a nice big man, I want to say, because Vooch is like honestly ship him out, but this team could be pretty good if they just keep getting good draft picks and drafting well. And then out west, 50-3 for the Spurs. Wow, 50-3. Westbrook's averaging a triple-double. Isaiah Thomas, good numbers. Kawhi, good numbers. They have Aldridge too. Yeah, this team's really good. Houston Rockets, LeBron and James Harden playing good. You can't complain. They're just dominating. Pelicans are in the mix right here with Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday, Buddy Hield, so that's pretty exciting to see. Minnesota Timberwolves 2nd seed, obviously, with Cat, Wiggins, and Zach LaVine coming off the bench, I think. And then bottom pack over here, OKC Thunder 9-44. Yeah, so hopefully they can start turning it around because that team is not good. The Clippers with KD and DeAndre Jordan not good also. And pretty much about it. Okay, just similarly back to the end of the season. At the end of the 2019 season, Westbrook again MVP, triple-double in the season this time. DeAndre Ayton, rookie of the year with the Phoenix Suns, double-double 16 and 11. Justin Patton, 6th man of the year with the Brooklyn Nets, 11.7, 11.4 rebounds. Giannis DPOY, I'm pretty sure it's like his 3rd in a row. It is, yeah, his 3rd in a row. He's just going on a tear right now. DPOY is 25.8. Amazing numbers. You guys can see it. Justin Patton, MIP. You guys can see the numbers too. Greg Popovich, 77-5. Coach of the year, breaks the record for regular season wins in a season. And then Orlando Westbrook. Okay. All right. I'll be first Westbrook, Chris Paul, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic. I'll be second Cat, Jimmy Butler, KD, Lance Stevenson, Harden. I'll be third John Wall, Stephen Curry, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, DeMarcus Cousins. All defensive first, Drummond, Draymond, Giannis, Westbrook, Lance Stevenson. All defensive second, Tony Allen, Ben Simmons, Kawhi, AD, and DeAndre Jordan. All rookie first, Trae Young, Colin Sexton, Triple J, Luka, DeAndre Ayton, and all rookie second, MPJ, Mo Bamba, Mikal Bridges, Kevin Knox, and Rashid Goodwin. Okay, season stats, rookie report, rookie leading points, DeAndre Ayton, Luka, Sexton, MPJ, Trae Young. Rebounds, Ayton, Rashid Goodwin, 68 overall. Okay, Mo Bamba, Triple J, Luka. Steals, we have Luka, Sexton, Trae Young. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Troy Brown Jr. Steals, we have the 2 Bridges, Ayton, Luka, Mo Bamba, and then blocks, Triple J, Ayton, Mo Bamba, Luke Arnett, and then who the hell is this? This is what I mean. Like, you see what I mean? Shea was nowhere to be found, but Rashid Goodwin's just managed to outperform him, I guess. Shea averaged nothing. He played no minutes with the Chicago Bulls. Okay. And then league leaders offensively, Klay Thompson led the league in scoring. Steph Curry, Harden, Cat, and Jimmy Butler, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rebounds, Drummond, Jokic, DJ, Cat, Whiteside, assists, CP3, Westbrook, Laurie, John Wall, Alonzo Ball, and then steals, Tony Allen, CP3, Josh Jackson, Kawhi, and Ben Simmons. Blocks, Whiteside, Giannis, Triple J, DeAndre Jordan, and DeAndre Ayton. And as for the playoffs, out west, we have San Antonio, Portland, Houston, Denver, Golden State, Phoenix, Minnesota, New Orleans, and then out east, Cleveland, Brooklyn, Boston, Washington, Philly, Indiana, Toronto, and Charlotte. Alrighty, summate the round, and I just hope there's no upsets, or there's upsets, whatever floats your guys' boats. And seems to be an upset here. Philly loses in 6 to Indiana, and then 4-5. I don't really consider that an upset on either end. Simulate the second round, and we have San Antonio, Cleveland, Minnesota, and Toronto advances. So Golden State lose in 7. Minnesota Timberwolves right here, they're kind of playing pretty good with just Cat, Wiggs, yeah. Anthony Towns, whoa, he's actually playing really good in the playoffs. Zach LaVine, about 20 points. Andrew Wiggins, 20 points. This is what this team had potential to do, but they just quite didn't do that, obviously. Game 1, dub for the Cavs. Game 2, dub for the Spurs and dub for the Raptors. Game 3, Toronto up 2-1, 1-1 out west. Game 3, Toronto up 3-1, Spurs up 2-1. Game 4 and Game 5, Toronto advances to the final, Spurs up 3-1. Can they end it and fire? They do. We have a Spurs and Toronto matchup in the finals. Game 1's a dub for the Spurs. Game 2, dub for the Spurs. Game 3, dub for the Spurs. And Game 4, dub for the Raptors. I thought the Spurs were going to sweep. And there we go. We ended in 5. Westbrook is your finals MVP. 0.2 rebounds shy of a triple-double. Player retirements, Crawford, Zebo, all these guys over here. We'll just scroll through it as per usual. If you guys want to take a pause, take a pause. Hall of Fame inductees, Dwayne Wade and Paul Gasol. I'm guessing with the Spurs and the Heat, right? Yeah, Spurs and Heat. Okay, congrats. And then historical, what? Hello? Historical changes, implement coaches challenge. A bunch of these things over here if you guys want to take a look. And then, oh, actually, this one's pretty important. 3 teams will have the identical, or the 3 worst teams will have the identical odds of obtaining a top 3 pick. And, okay, yeah, these things over here, top 4 picks are done via random weighted draw. Okay, cool. And then just team ratings. On that note, draft lottery, and we have Miami Heat, Orlando again. Orlando with the 2nd pick, New York Knicks, and then Grizzlies and Jazz via OKC 5. Wow, OKC Thunder, you guys just fumbled. NBA draft 2019, Miami Heat with the 1st pick, and they're gonna draft Ja Morant. Orlando Magic, Zion Williamson. That's exactly what they needed. Zion, Luka, and Lonzo. New York Knicks with the 3rd pick, and they're gonna draft RJ Barrett. Nice, he goes back to New York. Memphis Grizzlies with the 4th pick, and they will be drafting Brandon Clark. He also goes back to Memphis. Utah Jazz with the 5th pick, and they're gonna draft Tyler Hero. It's a nice bucket getter for them. Number 6 pick, Philly. It's a very important pick here. They're gonna draft Matisse Thybulle, another wing. I kind of wish they got like I don't know, a point guard or something, and Ben Simmons could have played something else. PJ Washington goes to the Dallas Mavericks. We'll do the first 10 picks and then we'll simulate out. 8th pick, Detroit Pistons are going to be drafting nobody. They're going to trade their pick, and they trade their pick for Yusuf Nurkic and a Kings 2023 first round pick. So the Kings are going to draft Rui Hachimura. OKC Thunder with the 9th pick, and they will be drafting Kelvin Johnson. And last but not least, the Clippers with the 10th pick, and they will be drafting Kobe White. All right, cool. He almost went back to Chicago. If well, I'm speculating he would have been drafted a pick after if he wasn't here. Okay, after Kobe White, Darius Garland goes to the Bulls. DeAndre Harder to the Nets. Blazers, Cam Reddish. Cam Johnson to the Memphis Grizzlies. Claxton to the Wizards. Lou Dort goes to the Hawks. And then in the 2nd round, NAW now goes to Philly. Jordan Poole falls to the 2nd round, goes to the Dallas Mavericks. Gafford to the Orlando Magic. I like that pickup for them. Ty Jerome to the Lakers in the 2nd round. Naz Reid to the Grizzlies in the 2nd round too. And pretty much about it. Jalen McDaniels to the Mavericks in the 2nd round. Free agency, Lance Stevenson, who is like just solidifying himself as like a superstar in this league. We have James Harden, Jokic, Karl-Anthony Towns, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler, Porzingis. This is a very deep free agency class. We have Kemba Walker too. Devin Booker, who's RFA though. Whiteside, Miles Turner. These guys are RFAs too. Lonzo Ball, not a RFA. So they didn't accept his team option. Okay, interesting. Philly re-signed Tatum and also signed Jimmy Butler. This is what, 2020 now? I'm pretty sure. Is this around the same time where Jimmy Butler went in real life? I'm just gonna fact check here real quick. It is 2018, 2019. So it's like a year after they get Jimmy Butler. He actually goes here. De'Aaron Fox goes to the Milwaukee Bucks. J.R. Smith to the Bucks. Josh Hart to the Bucks. Okay, that's pretty good. TJ McConnell 2 to the Bucks. Malik Monk, Jonathan Isaac go to the Chicago Bulls. Kyle Kuzma to the Celtics. I don't know how much that's gonna matter. Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gay, OG, Devontae Graham go to the Clippers. This could be some decent depth with KD now. Finally, he's getting some help. Donovan Mitchell re-signed to the Hornets, and they also signed Jared Allen. So they managed to find a way to be teammates again in this timeline. Kemba goes to the Utah Jazz with Eric Bledsoe. That's pretty interesting. Old Dwight Howard signs with the Lakers with the young core of D'Lo, Larry Nance, and all of them. Lonzo Ball re-signs. Okay, so I guess they did it to extend him on a larger deal, and they also get Markelle Fultz. So that's pretty interesting. Raptors get Marc Gasol. I'm pretty sure. So we're in 2019, 2020. Either the year before or this current year, they actually get Marc Gasol too by trading Jonas Valanciunas, but this time they keep Jonas. Wow. Whoa. The Rockets have just built a super team. Clay. So they're gonna have James Harden, Klay Thompson, LeBron, Lauri Markkanen, and Nikola Vucevic or Clint Capella, depending on what lineup they wanna run. Wow. Okay, that's just unfair. But I mean, okay, I would say that was unfair until I saw the Spurs also, who have Westbrook and Kawhi, also get Jokic and Hassan Whiteside. So you're gonna have Jokic at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Okay. Suns re-signed Devin Booker, and then I saw also here, I kind of skipped through it, but Cat, Ricky Rubio, and all that re-signed with the Timberwolves. Oh, never mind. The Rockets don't have James Harden because he signs with the Warriors with Lance Stevenson. Whoa. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the Rockets and the Warriors they're just getting better and better. Okay, so we'll help Philly out a little bit. We'll make Butler back into a shooting guard. So they have Embiid, Ben Simmons, Butler, Tatum. Good. All right. And this team's kind of a lost cause. De'Aaron Fox, is he playing good at least? He's playing okay, but like this team is just a lost cause. Giannis is just, I don't know. He's trying his best. Okay, the Clippers. Yes, they actually have some depth now, like a good rotation. So starting lineup's going to be KD. I kind of want to we'll make Bam into a power forward to help them out, and Austin Rivers into a point guard. guard. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. The Utah Jazz, we have Rudy Gobert, Kemba Walker, Eric Bledsoe. You can be a shooting guard because we're not making Kemba into a shooting guard. And yeah, pretty good. Okay, so this team I'm actually excited for. Lonzo, Markelle Fultz, Luka, and Zion. Lonzo, shooting guard. Like that. Yeah, I like that. All right. I know we said we wouldn't control any teams, but like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do because 2K is not gonna... 2K doesn't make their team smart enough to be like, we have these players, we're just gonna have them all come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And the Raptors, they got a very nice starting lineup over here. They don't have a power forward though. They have Siakam, I guess. Is he playing good? No, but it's whatever. And then the Houston Rockets, LeBron, Klay Thompson, Dennis Smith Jr., Clint Capella, and Vooch, and Larry Marketing, and Pat Bev. Yeah, this seems really good. But then you go to this team, you're like, wow, this seems... This is also very good with Westbrook, Jokic, Kawhi, IT, Whiteside, Aldridge. Disgusting. And then I guess last and not least, yeah, this team here. Lance Stevenson, James Harden. Lance Stevenson could be a small... He's at 97 overall. we gave him like 4 badges. He has 24 now. He's an all-around star. I don't know what to tell you guys. This player DNA, I guess, is just made different. Anyways, yeah. Prospect scouting. We have Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Halliburton. What the Halliburton? LaMelo Ball, Desmond Bane, Double O, Emmanuel Quickly, Denny Advia, Obi Toppin. Again, we'll just scroll through it and you guys can like see the players over here. This one happened pretty recently, so I'm guessing most of you guys remember who's here. But obviously some players like, I don't know, Zeke Naji, Malachi Flynn, Killian Hayes, you know, might have been forgotten, but they're on the team. And yeah, pretty much about it. Okay, cool. We'll just go to the end of the season. Okay, again, trade deadline, no good trades have happened. All-star participants, Team Stephen Curry. Yeah, usual players. And then Team Kevin Durant. Oh, I guess he's made a all-star captain because he has support now. We have Superman here, Lance Stevenson, and your usual players. Marc Gasol actually makes it at 35 years old, the Toronto Raptors. So we have Blake Griffin and Marc Gasol. Wow. Award races: Westbrook, Ben Simmons, Jokic, James Harden, Lance Stevenson. Rookie of the Year: Zion, Jackson Hayes, Brandon Clark, RJ Barrett. Sixth Man of the Year: Clint Capella, Boucher, Corey Joseph, Marvin Bagley, Hassan Whiteside. DPOY: Giannis again, LeBron, DeAndre Ayton, Anthony Davis, Cat, and MIP: Zubac, Trae Young, Jared Allen, Malik Monk, and Wendell Carter. At the end of the season, Westbrook is still as dominant as ever, triple-double again with the San Antonio Spurs MVP. Zion, Rookie of the Year with the Orlando Magic, 26-2. Marvin Bagley, Sixth Man of the Year with the Philadelphia 76ers, 13, 7.5, 1. Giannis, DPOY again, 4 times in a row now, 39, 6, 1.5, 2 blocks. Trae Young, MIP with the Lakers, 22.5, 2.7, 6 assists. Tyronn Lue, 16 and 14, Coach of the Year, and okay, that's it. NBA first, Westbrook, Ben Simmons, Giannis, KD, Cat. NBA second, Yoke, Stevenson, LeBron, Harden, Chris Paul. NBA third, Stephen Curry, Lillard, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, and DeMarcus Cousins. All defensive first, Ben Simmons, Westbrook, Giannis, LeBron, DeAndre Ayton. All defensive second, Cat, Tingus Pingus, Anthony Davis, Lonzo, Paul George. All rookie first, Zion, Jackson Hayes, Brandon Clark, PJ. And all rookie second, Kelvin Johnson, Ken Peterson, Darius Garland, RJ, and Rui Hachimura. The Clippers do make the playoffs, 4th seed, so KD LeBron first round matchup is pretty huge. We'll take a look at the standings real quick, seeing how the playoffs are here. Suns don't make it, Blazers again don't make it, Nuggets, OKC don't make it because their teams aren't the greatest. Out east, yeah, okay, so the Brooklyn, sorry, not the Brooklyn Nets, the Milwaukee Bucks make it. Brooklyn Nets also do not make it with Stephen Curry. Magic do make it, 51 and 31. Luka Doncic, 17 points. Markelle Fultz, 14, 15, basically. Lonzo Ball, double-double, 10 and 11. Zion, 20. Yeah, this Orlando team is going to be real nice. And then with the top dogs over here, 66, 67, and 68 wins on the season. And then out west, Spurs, Lakers, Golden State. Honestly, the Spurs, 67 and 15. Lakers, 61 and... Lakers... Oh, whoa, hold on a minute. Lakers, 61 and 21 with this young team who's managed to start blossoming. Trae Young, D'Lo, Brandon Ingram, Randall, Jared Sullinger. Wow. Honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this team. D'Lo, 19 points. Brandon Ingram, 14. Julius Randle, 14 with 9 rebounds. All right, hey, good for them. Anyways, league leaders for points: Giannis, CJ McCollum, Steph Curry, Cat, KD. Rebounds: DJ, Cat, DeAndre Ayton, Cat, Jokic, Drummond, Jared Allen. Assists: CP3, Westbrook, Alonzo, Ben Simmons, John Wall. And then for steals: Josh Jackson, Mike Conley, LeBron, Ben Simmons, Lonzo Ball. Blocks: Jackson Hayes, Embiid, Kristaps Porzingis, DeAndre Ayton, and Rudy Gobert. As for rookies, Zion just demolished the points over here. Same thing with Ja, 18.5, 20.5. Then we got Tyson Edwards, Ken Peterson, Brandon Clark. Rebounds: Jackson Hayes, Brandon Clark, Zion, Rui, Goga Patazzi. Assists: we have Garland, Moran, Bruce Brown, Peterson, Marlowe. And then steals, these guys over here. Okay, just Peterson, RJ Barrett, Edwards, Rui, and Bruce Brown. And then blocks Jackson Hayes, Brandon Clark, Cam Johnson, Rui, and PJ Washington. And then last but not least, playoff matchups out west: San Antonio, Memphis, Clippers versus Houston, Golden State versus Utah, Lakers versus Minnesota. Out east, Cleveland versus Charlotte, Orlando versus Boston, Philly versus Washington, and Toronto versus Milwaukee. Simulate the first round. So we have KD getting swept by LeBron and who else was it? LeBron and Klay Thompson. Then we have Lakers, Golden State in the second round, Cleveland, Orlando, and Toronto, Philly. Simulate this round too. We got San Antonio Spurs advancing, the Golden State Warriors advance, Philly advances, and Cleveland advance. Basically just the stacked teams, the overpowered teams as we would expect advance. Game 1, Philly wins. Game 2, San Antonio up 2-0, tied out east. Spurs up 3-0, Philly takes a 2-1 lead. Philly up 3-1, San Antonio up 3-1. Game 5, Philly advances, then Golden State forces a game 6. Can they force a game 7? They don't. We have Spurs advancing to the finals in 6. Game 1's a dub for the Spurs. Game 2, dub for the Spurs. Game 3, dub for the Spurs. In game 4, oh, similarly the round, and the Spurs just advance and they win the finals. Westbrook and Kawhi, this time they team up in San Antonio instead of Clippers, and they just, how many have they won in a row now? Two in a row with 3-time MVP, 9-time All-Star. It's nasty. But I'm pretty sure Kawhi has won more in a row, right? Because he won without Westbrook. Yeah. 4-time NBA champ, 17, 18, and 2020. Wow. Player retirements. We got these guys over here if you want to take a look. Again, you know the drill. Hall of Fame inductees, we got Dwight Howard, and jersey retirements, Dwight Howard for your Orlando Magic. Historical changes. Conference play. Okay, so the play-in is introduced, and then just team logos for these guys over here. Draft lottery. We got Brooklyn with the number 1 pick. Wow. Chicago and Lakers via OKC Thunder, and then Mavericks and Kings 4 and 5. This could be a big pick over here for the Brooklyn Nets because they got Stephen Curry still, and he's still very, very good. Anyways, Brooklyn Nets, Anthony Edwards, amazing. Anthony Edwards and Stephen Curry is amazing. Chicago Bulls, LaMelo Ball with the 2nd pick. 3rd pick, they need a center here, a big body. Tyrese Maxey, another guard with D'Lo and Trae Young. Dallas Mavericks are going to draft Tyrese Halliburton with the 4th pick. 5th pick, Sacramento Kings are going to be drafting Double O going 5th. Denver Nuggets with a 6th pick. They're going to draft Patrick Williams. Okay, yeah, this is where we just simulate to the end. So after that, we have Desmond Bain going to the Heat, Jaden McDaniels to the Hawks, Emmanuel Quickley to the Pelicans. Wiseman drops to the Knicks at 11th. Cole Anthony 12th to the Pistons. Pretty much about it. Oh, nope. This is okay, this is Josh Green. I thought it was Jalen Green for a second, but I think, yeah, he's the draft class after. So yeah, pretty much about it. No real snubs or anyone. Oh no, that'd be so bad if Stephen Curry leaves the Brooklyn Nets after they get Anthony Edwards. That'd be so sad. It doesn't even matter what his loyalty is because he was extremely loyal and he left Golden State. But we got Ben Simmons, okay, RFA, Blake Griffin. So Blake Griffin, Stephen Curry, and pretty much about it. We got some decent Luka and Trae Young. Actually, there could be some pretty good names. Philly resigns Ben Simmons. They also signed Triple J and Julius Randle. A lot of big bodies on that team. Bulls get Dante DiVincenzo and Derrick Jones Jr. Blake Griffin leaves Toronto and he goes to the my god, I'm blanking, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jordan Clarkson too. Jaylen Brown resigns with the Celtics. They get Mikal Bridges too, which is a good pick. Drew Holiday goes to Memphis with Mike Conley, I think. Mike Conley, and I really don't know who else is on that team. Brandon Ingram resigns with the Lakers, and they also get Al Horford. Damn, Steph Curry does not resign with the Brooklyn Nets. Oh my god. If he went to the Houston Rockets, I don't know what to tell you guys. Jamal Murray resigns with the Nuggets. It's good for them. The Raptors get Carmelo and Miles Bridges. Okay, so he doesn't go to Houston, which is good. It's a relief. Instead, Houston just gets all of these guys here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Trae Young and Stephen Curry go to San Antonio. We also haven't seen Luka. Where did Luka go? Luka goes to the Trailblazers. That's actually pretty good. Lillard, CJ, and Luka. And then, like, you just get this team here. They have... Oh, it's like a whole point guard. The whole starting lineup is point guards. They have Trae Young, Stephen Curry, Isaiah Thomas, Westbrook, Kawhi. Is Kawhi playing center? I don't know, man. Shea goes to Washington. Honestly, if he could develop here, that's a pretty good pickup. Did he even play last season with the Bulls? He played a bit and he averaged 12.6 points. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, time to look at the new acquired teams here. This one here, a lot of forwards. A lot of forwards. Ben Simmons. Okay, I want to see their starting lineup actually, and then their bench. So they have Ben Simmons, Butler, Tatum, Triple J, Embiid, and off the bench Randall, Darius Saric, Matisse Thybulle, Willie. That's a very good defensive and offensively. This is a really stacked team. And then the Cavs here, Kyrie, DeMarcus Cousins, Paul George, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, TT. This team's bound to win a championship eventually because everyone's locked in for a while. Just Kyrie, you have to focus on re-signing. Yeah, okay. So Drew Holiday joins just the Mike Conley show basically, and that's it. Oh, this team could actually be pretty good in a few years. Anthony Edwards, Colin Sexton, and MPJ. They just need like a youthful center, and this team could, or like a forward, and like this team could be pretty good. And then this team here, this is like, you know, when you scroll far, I'll show you guys. You scroll too far, and then it shows like the all players, like the best players in the league. This is what the Spurs looks like. It looks like you just filtered it by like the best players in the league because they have Westbrook, Stephen Curry, Nikola Jokic, Kawhi, IT, Trae Young, Whiteside. What? Okay, we're gonna have to make Jokic into a power forward. They have Aldridge too. My God, they have 2 starting lineups in one. Nasty. And then this team I'm actually rooting for a lot. Lillard, Luka, CJ. I'm rooting for this team a lot. I'm a big fan of Lillard, Luka too. CJ McCollum was one of my favorite players growing up too. And then talking about big men, possibly if the Nets could draft Evan Mobley or even Scotty Barnes, preferably Evan Mobley, even Alperen Sengun. They're looking pretty good. But anyways, we got Cade, Evan Mobley, Franz, Scotty, Jalen Green, Sengun. Yeah, this draft class is good. Very good too. Like you got like 15 rotational players. You got like 5 like all-star potential players and whatnot. So this draft class is also very strong in its own. Okay, so actually before we sim to the trade deadline, I want to take a look at the Spurs full rotation because as we know, they're very stacked. And I'm kind of curious to see what their starting lineup is going to be. So they have Stephen Curry, Westbrook, Kawhi, Yoke, Whiteside, and then off the bench, Isaiah Thomas, Trae Young, and Aldridge. Wow. So they have decent defense with obviously Whiteside, or not decent, really good defense with Westbrook at the perimeter, Kawhi at the perimeter, who could also play interior, Whiteside holding it down in the paint. They got the playmaking from Westbrook, Jokic, Steph Curry, the shooting of Jokic, Kawhi, and Steph Curry, and then off the bench is bucket getters. Yeah, this is gonna be depressing for the rest of the league. I wouldn't be surprised if this team had the capabilities of like winning damn near 80 games. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, trade deadline 52-3. So a little shy if they go undefeated now. 1 win shy away from 80 wins, but still like 52-3 is absolutely disgusting. NBA standings, they are okay. The Warriors are actually pretty good too. 45-8 with Chris Paul, James Harden, Lance Stevenson, Draymond. DeAndre Ayton too is a 91 overall. He's pretty much thriving in Golden State. Mo Bamba too, back up big, pretty good. The Clippers with Kevin Durant and the good supporting cast now that he has Kobe White, who is averaging 20 points in his first year. 20 points. OG Anunoby, literally just a perimeter defender. You need 3 and D, 1.2 steals, 36 from the 3-pointer, which is good. Bam Adebayo, interior is holding it down, 7.7 rebounds. DJ too, almost a double-double with 2 blocks. Yeah, this team can make it pretty far. Houston Rockets, obviously with LeBron and Klay Thompson, also Larry Markkinen, Vooch, Marvin Bagley, 87 overall. He's playing pretty good too, just not shooting it the greatest from the 3-pointer. Dennis Smith Jr., 88 overall, 16.5, 7 assists. Efficiency is really good. Timberwolves, same old squad, Levine, Wiggs, and Cat. Lakers, it's just a young squad over here. They're just hooping their butts off right now. Tyrese Maxey, 19 points in this rookie season. So we'll take a look at those rookies because they're pretty much hooping their butts off. The Pelicans, 26-27, -7 seed right here, and their team is, yeah, it's not the greatest. I'm guessing it's just AD carrying them for the most part. And we got the Blazers, obviously with Luka Doncic. Is he, yeah, 20 points, basically 27-7. So he's gonna be pretty good. The Blazers are gonna be pretty good for the next few years. Lillard's still 30 years old. CJ's 29. So if they keep these main 3 players and like maybe sign someone in free agency, they could be like a top 4 seed in the West coming soon. And then the bottom teams, as expected, these teams aren't the greatest. Obviously, no Yoke, no Westbrook. This team's just okay. Out east, Cavs 40-13. The Raptors fall off tremendously. I guess just losing Blake Griffin affected them a lot. They still have a very good team. They're just not playing good. Honestly, this team's pretty disappointing. Obviously, you have Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, you have Carmelo, who's old, but he's still like a good asset to have. Trevor Booker, Marcus Gasol, 15-4, good efficiency. Malik Beasley off the bench for them is playing good. Anyways, the Cavs, obviously Kyrie, Paul George, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Boogie. It's like an all-star team starting lineup here. Then Philly, this team is also very, very dangerous. How is Tatum playing as a recent 19, 6, 1.5? They had Jimmy Butler. This is probably like one of the most well-rounded teams other than the Spurs. It was just their defense, playmaking, perimeter shoot. Okay, maybe not perimeter shooting. I don't know how Triple J's playing, but yeah, their perimeter shooting is a little iffy, but other than that, like they look pretty good. The Chicago Bulls, LaMelo, Malik Monk. Wow. So this team's 35-16 with just LaMelo Ball, Malik Monk, Jonathan Isaac. I want to see how is he playing? LaMelo's 22.5 points, Malik Monk 14.5, Jonathan Isaac 13, 6.5, Bobby Portis 15. Wow. This team could be pretty good too. Darius Garland, Derrick Jones Jr. If they get like a nice dominant center. Like even Evan Mobley with LaMelo would be disgusting. Orlando Magic, obviously this team is going to be really good and pretty competitive for like as long as they keep their core basically of Markelle Fultz, Lonzo, and Zion. Then the Boston Celtics, not the greatest team, but they're playing good. They're playing good, which is all that matters. The Bucks, again, still just not doing anything. Brooklyn Nets with Anthony Edwards. Okay, you know what? We'll kind of just take a look at the rookie reports now because it's looking pretty good. Like, this is probably the closest Rookie of the Year candidacy out of these three here. For points, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese again, and double O. Rebounds, double O. Precious, Wiseman, Najee, Isaiah Stewart. Assists, we got these guys over here, the triple threat of just assists. So I kind of want to see award races now. We have Yoke, we have 3 Golden State Warriors, and then so it's just literally 2 teams, Spurs and the Warriors, which is I guess is expected because it's just the most stacked teams right now. Then for Rookie of the Year, Tyrese, LaMelo, Cole Anthony, Edwards, and double O. This is like a very, very close Rookie of the Year award race here. I'm guessing it's going to go to either Tyrese, LaMelo, or Edwards because although these numbers are really good for rookies, like you can't compete with these 3. Sixth Man of the Year, we have Garland, Randall, Marvin Bagley, Trae Young, and DeLon Wright. DPOY, Miles Turner, Cat, LeBron making an appearance despite being 36. We have AD, Giannis, and MIP, Bol, Jose Nunes. Not sure who this guy is. Darius Garland, Archie Barrett, and Jared Culver. At the end of the 2021 NBA season, Jokic is your MVP. 19.5 points, about 12 rebounds, 7.5 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.3 blocks, 50-40, almost 90 club. Tyrese Halliburton, Rookie of the Year, 22.5, 2.4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.6 steals, half a block. Efficiency is pretty good. Julius Randle, 6th Man of the Year, 13, 7, 4.5. Anthony Davis, DPOY, 26, 12, and 2. And then Bol, MIP, 18.5, 8.5 rebounds with 1 assist, 35% from the 3-pointer as a big man. And then Greg Popovich, 66 and 6. Doesn't quite beat the record of, 77 and 5? I don't remember, but still a very dominant record. All-NBA first, we had Simmons, CP3, Jokic, LeBron, Karl Anthony Towns. All-NBA second, Boogie, Giannis, KD, Westbrook, Harden. All-NBA third, Kyrie, Tyrese, Lance Stevenson, Anthony Davis, and Miles Turner. All-defensive first, Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell, 1.7 steals. Efficiency is amazing. This is actually a 40, 50, 90 club. Then AD, Giannis, Cat, and all-defensive second, Miles Turner, Kawhi, LeBron, Westbrook, and Lonzo Ball. All-rookie first, Tyrese, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, Cole Anthony, double O, and all-rookie second, Denny Advia, Desmond Bane, Tyrese Maxey, Jaden McDaniels, and Emmanuel Quickley. Right, it's the first year of the play-in. So play-in, we got Minnesota, New Orleans, Utah, and Dallas out west, and out east, we have Washington, Toronto, New York, and Milwaukee. So Milwaukee realistically can make it as the 7 or 8 seed right now. We're going to simulate the play-in, and we got the Pelicans advancing, Toronto Raptors advancing, the Jazz advance, and the Washington Wizards advance. So the Bucks, Knicks don't make it. Yeah, Bucks, Knicks don't make it. And out west, we have the Mavericks and the Timberwolves not making it. And on that note, out west, we have San Antonio, Utah, Lakers, Portland, Houston, Clippers, Golden State, and New Orleans. And then out east, we have Philly, Washington, Boston, Orlando, Chicago, Charlotte, and Cleveland, and Toronto. At the end of the season, league leaders, Karl Anthony Towns for the Timberwolves. Then we have KD, James Harden, Kyrie, Anthony Davis. Rebounds, Cat, AD, Drummond, Jokic, Collins. Assists, we have CP3, Ben Simmons, Lonzo, LeBron, and Westbrook. Steals, Josh Jackson, CP3, Paul George, LeBron, and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, CP3, and LeBron. I'm seeing their names a lot. And then for blocks, Jackson Hayes, Miles Turner, AD, Gobert, and Hassan Whiteside. And then for the rookie reports, we'll go through it really quickly because we kind of saw it like halfway through the season, but we got these 5 guys over here. I don't think it's really changed. Rebounds, I don't think it's really changed either. Assists, Grayson Allen, 4.5 assists. Steals, we got these guys over here. And then blocks, this is your top 5. Okay, we got some one upset over here. We have Charlotte upsetting the Chicago Bulls. And who does Charlotte have? So I mean, yeah, okay, this team that we didn't expect to be that good, you know, they're the 3rd seed, but they got upset by Donovan Mitchell. I don't consider this an upset because Donovan Mitchell is just, I would take him over this entire team. Like, I would take Donovan Mitchell over Malik Monk and LaMelo Ball personally. But we got Orlando, Philly, Cleveland, Charlotte, and then out west we have San Antonio, Portland with Luka, and then Golden State and Houston Rockets. Simulate the second round, and we got San Antonio and Golden State, and then Philly and Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, this was pretty much expected, right? At least for the West. I don't know about the East, but the West was pretty expected. Now it's pretty much like whoever wins the West pretty much is going to win the championship. Or actually, Philly's kind of good. I mean, no, honestly, these 4 teams are all really good. So honestly, I take that back. Game 1, dub for Cleveland, dub for San Antonio. Game 2, dub for Cleveland, dub for San Antonio. Game 3, 2-1 series both sides. Game 4, 3-1 for San Antonio, tied out east. Game 5, we have San Antonio advancing in 5 and Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead. Potentially game 6 on the last game here. No, we get a game 7. Philly forces a game 7. We're going to simcast this, and my money's kind of on Cleveland. Like, just their starting 5. Never mind, I just eat my words. They're getting blown out. Blown out. They haven't won a single quarter besides this one here, and they're probably not even going to win this one. No, they do, but wow, just Ben Simmons, 25, 13, and 12. Wow. Wow. Yeah, finals MVP if he wins this for sure. Game 1 of the finals to go to Spurs. Game 2 to the Spurs. Game 3 Philly. Okay, if Philly could, okay, I was gonna say if they could tie it up 2-2, it's pretty much like anyone's game here, but who are we kidding? The Spurs are just OP. The finals MVP goes to Jokic, 22.5, 8, 7.5, 1.4 steals, and 2.2 blocks. Player retirements: JR, Henny King, Sean Livingston, all these guys over here. Enjoy your retirement. And we have no what's the word, Hall of Fame inductees. Historical changes: rising stars will not be rookies versus sophomores. Okay, cool. Draft lottery, skip through this. We have Memphis, Phoenix, and Denver, and then 4-5 is Brooklyn and OKC. Brooklyn, if Brooklyn could snag someone good with Anthony Edwards, that team could just be right back in the playoff contention. First pick in the NBA draft, Memphis Grizzlies are going to select Cade Cunningham. That's a good pick. They have Mike Conley. They have Drew Holiday, I think, still. Phoenix Suns, second pick, Evan Mobley. I kind of wish he went to Brooklyn, but there's still Scotty Barnes and Alperen Sengun on the clock. Denver Nuggets are going to select Franz Wagner. So now the Brooklyn Nets have a decent selection to make here. And no, they're going to trade their pick. Why? For Trey Lyles and Bojan Bogdanovic? No. And then the Jazz select Jalen Green. Oh my God. The Brooklyn Nets just fumbled so hard. OKC Thunder with the 5th pick, and they're going to trade their pick too. You guys are in no position for Justice Winslow and a 2025 first round pick from Miami? No. And then the Miami Heat, Scotty Barnes with the 5th overall pick. Yeah. I'm sick, man. I'm sick. Two teams just fumbled the future of their team. After Scotty Barnes, Austin Reeves goes 6 to the Hawks, Sengun Lakers, Jalen Suggs 8 to the Pistons, Kuminga 8, Bones Highland 10, Cam Thomas 11, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones get drafted back to back, Jalen Johnson 12th to the Mavericks, Zaire Williams goes to the Jazz, Moses Moody to Sumu. I'll just go through it real quick, and then you guys could kind of just read it real quickly. And in the second round, surely we have some decent picks, right? Not really. Other than Jose Alvarado really going to the Pacers in the second round. All right. Free agents, KD a free agent again. LeBron's a free agent. CP3, Isaiah Thomas, Zion. So part of the Spurs dynasty could break up here by losing one player. But honestly, I don't feel like they're worried about that. And if the Spurs get any of these guys here, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of just done with the league. Philly gets their bench upgraded a little bit. They get DeAndre Hunter and Kobe White. The Chicago Bulls get Zion. So now they have Zion, LaMelo, Malik Beasley, Steven Adams. This is a nice team. This is going to be a nice team for them. Old Paul Millsap goes to the Celtics and Jalen Brown. Same thing with Yusuf Nurkic. DeJounte Murray signs to the Clippers. So Kevin Durant's going to have more help, and Cam Johnson goes there too. Duncan Robinson, they get some shooters too. Kenrick Williams, which is nice. Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero sign with the New York Knicks. Claxton signs with the Pacers. Chris Paul, Kevon Looney, DFS go to New Orleans. RJ Barrett just goes back to Toronto, signs on a 4-year. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kevin Durant goes to the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know. But wait, we haven't seen LeBron yet. And the Blazers are coming up. Please tell me he goes to the Blazers. No. Please tell me you don't go to the Warriors, man. He doesn't go to the Warriors either. But John Morant goes to the Warriors. Isaiah Thomas goes to the Warriors. He goes to the Wizards. Wow. Who the hell do the Wizards have? I forget. Did they just have Bradley Beal and John Wall? That'd be pretty nice though if they have those two players. I forget who they have really. Okay, so on that note, Washington Wizards. Yes, they do. They do. And they have Shea. LeBron. He also averaged a double-double with assists and points. But John Wall, LeBron, Bradley Beal, John Collins. And then their center is Greg Monroe. This seems pretty deep. Like Shea as your backup point guard. He's not playing good, but hopefully he could progress. Off your bench, you're going to have Otto Porter, Shea, Kelly Oubre, Brogdon. Just your big man rotation is not looking the greatest. Your backup big is Jericho Sims. Obviously, the Chicago Bulls. This team is going to be pretty fun. Jonathan Isaac, 3-and-D. Zion, just a lob threat with LaMelo Ball. Amazing duo over here. The Clippers, when you thought they were getting better, not really. They're kind of just mediocre now. This team kind of reminds me of like the D'Lo Brooklyn Nets. You know, like they have like just all right. They're just okay. The Memphis Grizzlies, how many point guards do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point guards. And then 2 shooting guards. So we're going to make Cade into a shooting guard just to kind of help out his career because I don't want him to get DNPs and whatnot. Atlanta Hawks, I feel like they haven't done anything all season or all video. Sorry, it's just mid as hell. Imagine if the Brooklyn Nets actually didn't trade their pick and then kept it and drafted either Sengun or Scotty Barnes. They would have had a nice starting lineup of just like those 4 players. This I kind of like this here. You pair up Anthony Davis with Chris Paul, who's a good pick and roller with Anthony Davis. Obviously, you have Emmanuel Quickley, who's a fast guard, Buddy Hield to stretch the floor. Kevon Looney, who could get down and dirty with Anthony Davis in the paint. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Trey Murphy's here, so that's good. But the team, I feel like this team needs like 1 or 2 more pieces to actually be pretty competitive. The Raptors on the decline, low key. They have RJ Barrett, which is a good like sign. of the future, but Marc Gasol's 36, Kyle Lowry 35, DeRozan's 32, and he's already an 85 overall, so, and Carmelo 37. So this team, they got to do something, because right now they have Miles Bridges, Frank Ntilikina, and RJ, which is a good foundation, but if they don't do anything, they're going to be straight to the lottery in the next 3 years. The Houston Rockets, despite losing LeBron, I feel like they could still be a good top 5 seed. Marvin Bagley, Clay, Dennis Smith, Larry Markkinen. Yeah. And then you go to this team. Okay, we have to look at their starting lineup because it's a little unfair. Kawhi's coming off the bench. Kawhi Leonard's coming off the bench with Trae Young and LaMarcus Aldridge, guys. Do you understand this? My God, like if it was up to me, I would have Kawhi be at the shooting guard. Or no, I would have Jokic at the 5, Kawhi or KD at the 4, and then the other at the 3, and then these two here, and then you'd have Whiteside, Trae Young, and Aldridge off your bench, which is this team could be pretty good too, actually. Devin Booker, Garland, and Mobley. This is kind of like the Cavs. This is kind of like the Cavs roster. Just instead of Donovan Mitchell, it's Devin Booker, and then instead of DeAndre Hunter, you have TJ Warren. You know, you guys see the vision here. And then instead of Ty Jerome, you have Peyton Pritchard. This is literally like an alternate universe of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, and then last and not least, prospect scouting. This draft class here, we have Paolo Banchero, J-Dubs, Chet, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, Nembhard, Dyson Daniels, Brown, Mark Williams, Shaedon Sharp, Walker Kessler, AJ Green, Jalen Duran, Ben McMath, and Jeremy Sohan, Jabari Smith Jr. Yeah, very solid draft class here. Obviously, you guys know who they are. This was like 2.5 years ago, so yeah, this draft class is real nice. Alrighty, trade dead mother trucking line. No interesting trades as per usual. I feel like no one really does any trades. Award races: Westbrook, Jokic, Lance Stevenson, Zion makes an appearance for the first time, and Kevin Durant. Rookie of the year: Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Alperen Sengun, Kate Cunningham, Jalen Suggs. Sixth man of the year: Tyrese Maxey, Larry Markkinen, Emmanuel Quickly, Trae Young, and Dwight Sanders. Who is this? I mean, 11.5 points in assists is like actually really good for a 6-man. DPOY: Giannis, AD, Evan Mobley in his rookie year, Rudy Gobert, Miles Turner. MIP: Marvin Bagley, Denny Advia, Desmond Bane, Daniel Gafford, and Dwight Sanders. I think we kind of skipped over the All-Stars last season or the year before, but LeBron's still making at 37. He's averaging 28 and 9 at 37 years old is insane. Pretty sure other than that, your usual players are here, and then the other team Lance, 99 overall. My God. And it's gonna be usual players. Chris Paul makes it at 36 with 14 and 11 assists, and yeah, pretty much about it. Luka also makes it. I don't know if it's his first time. It is his first time All-Star, so he's out there representing the Blazers, which means I guess that means they're pretty good, right? At the end of the 2022 NBA season, Westbrook, at how old? 33 years old, is still just snagging and boarding and everything. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, MVP of the year. Evan Mobley, rookie of the year, 19, 11.5, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Dwight Sanders, 6-man of the year, 11.5, 8.5 assists. Giannis DPOY, 27, 8, 5 and 6, 5 and 6, 5.5 assists. And then Dwight Sanders, MIP. Greg Popovich, 79 and 3, guys. One loss shy, or one win shy from just catching 80 wins like it's nothing. Only 3 teams were able to beat this guy. I want to take a look at those 3 teams, because if it's not the contending teams, then good luck to everyone in the playoffs. Like real talk. All-NBA first: Westbrook, Ben Simmons, Lance Stevenson, Giannis, Cat. All-NBA second: Drummond, Luka, AD, Devin Booker, Kyrie. And All-NBA third: LaMelo, Jamal Murray, Zion, Blake Griffin, and DeMarcus Cousins. All defensive first: Rudy Gobert, AD, Giannis, Westbrook, Ben Simmons. All defensive second: CP3, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, LeBron, Miles Turner. All rookie first: Franz Wagner, Sengun, Kate Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley. And all rookie second: Jalen Suggs, Dosunmu, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Green, and Jonathan Kuminga. West playing, we have Phoenix, Clippers, Portland, and Sacramento. And out east, we have Toronto, Orlando, Brooklyn, and Miami. Simulate the play-in. We got Phoenix, Clippers, Toronto, and Orlando making it into the playoffs. And on that note, out west, we have San Antonio, Phoenix, Minnesota, New Orleans, Lakers, Houston, Golden State, Lakers. And out east, Chicago, Orlando, Cleveland, Charlotte, Boston, Washington, and Philly and Toronto. All right, now it's time to see the 3 teams who have beaten the Spurs. We have the Lakers by 1 point. We have, okay, this is the All-Star, doesn't count. We have Boston Celtics, and then the Houston Rockets by 3 points. So Boston Celtics 3 seed, Houston Rockets, and the Lakers. And fortunate enough for the Spurs, the Lakers and the Houston Rockets, 2 of the 3 teams that have beaten the Spurs are facing each other in the first round, and they won't see each other until the conference finals. And the Spurs won't even see the Celtics unless unless they make the finals. So if you're the Spurs, you're laughing at this over here. Anyways, quick NBA standings look. Bulls 65 and 17, and then the rest of these teams over here, we have the Orlando Magic making it with 38 and 44. The Milwaukee Bucks, man, despite having the DPOY and a very good team with De'Aaron Fox, literally De'Aaron Fox, Chris Middleton, and Giannis, you guys are struggling to make the playoffs. I don't get it. I don't understand. And then out west, yeah, wow. Out west is like very top 3 heavy, and after that, like 35 and 47, 7 seed. That's kind of disgusting. Anyways, league leaders, Cat again led the league in scoring. Number 2, Kyrie, 3, Giannis, 4, Zion, and 5, Devin Booker. Rebounds, Cat, Drummond, DJ, AD, Rudy Gobert. Assists, CP3, Ben Simmons, Lonzo, John Wall, Westbrook. Steals, Chris Paul, Ben Simmons, Josh Jackson, Jaden McDaniels, Mike Conley. And then blocks, Rudy Gobert, AD, Evan Mobley, Miles Turner, and Kristaps Porzingis. I want to take a look at, I know we haven't done this ever in this video, but just the offense and defense of this team. So offensively, the Warriors are actually better than the Spurs by 3 points, and defensively, okay, so you know what? They're not that much ahead of their competition. Like the Celtics are 2 points worse defensively than the Spurs, and the Warriors are 3 points better than the Spurs offensively. Okay, in the second round, Spurs, Minnesota, Golden State, Houston. Out east, Chicago and Charlotte, and Philly and Boston. Not to say that I'm rooting for a specific team, but I'm rooting against the Spurs. So in this case, I'm kind of rooting for the Timberwolves to beat the Spurs. Similar to second round, and yeah, the Spurs are just going to sweep them, aren't they? We have Spurs, Golden State, Chicago, and Philly, and the conference finals. Game 1, Golden State wins. Thank you. Chicago wins. Game 2, 1-1 on both sides. Game 3, Chicago up, or sorry, whoa, San Antonio up 2-1 and Philly up 2-1. Game 4, 3-1 for San Antonio and tie 2-2 out east. Game 4, the Spurs, man, the Spurs make it. And then Philly, can Chicago force a game 7? They do. We got to simcast this bad boy. I feel like we haven't gotten a close game 7 ever, or not ever, just this video, we haven't gotten a close game 7, and I don't think that's going to change anything, because this team is, the Bulls are just going to blow out the Philadelphia 76ers by quick mass 30 points. And honestly, I think the Spurs had a better chance. Actually, no, the defense of Philly might have been pretty good. Anyways, game 1, dub for San Antonio. Game 2, dub for San Antonio. Game 3, dub for San Antonio in game 4. Okay, hold on. Yeah, no, it's done. Russell Westbrook, finals MVP, about 20 points, 7.5 rebounds, 10.5 assists, 2 steals, half a block, 50, 40, 90. My God. Later retirements, no. Okay, let's see how he played. How did he play? If you played good, you're not retiring. 19, 8, 8.5, good efficiency, you're not retiring. You're staying in the league. It's your fault you went to Washington, not mine, damn it. Hall of Fame inductees, I'm guessing it was LeBron, but he's not there. And then jersey retirements, also I'm guessing it was LeBron. Historical changes, a player receiving a take foul in transition will always receive a free throw and retain possession with an additional case, so clear path foul. All rule change, all league teams will be positionless, say all that for that. And then these two logo and whatnot rebrandings. Draft lottery, Atlanta, New York, Mavericks 1, 2, and 3, and then OKC and Pistons 4 and 5. Do not fumble this, OKC. Do not fumble this. The Hawks with the first pick in the 2022 NBA draft class, Paulo Banchero, very good pick. Finally, they have something to look forward to. New York Knicks with the second pick, and they're going to get Chet Holmgren with Kristaps Porzingis. That should be pretty interesting. Dallas Mavericks with the third pick, and they will be getting J-Dubs. We'll do top five. OKC Thunder, Jeremy Sohan with the fourth pick. I don't know how I feel about that pick for them. Detroit Pistons with the fifth pick, and they get Keegan Murray. All right, let's get out of here. To round off your top 10, Christian Brown goes back to Denver. Grizzlies, Dyson Daniels. Jaden Ivey goes to Detroit. Jabari Smith to the Bucks, and Shaedon Sharpe to the Kings. And then all of these guys over here, we'll just scroll through it real quick. Free agents, we have LeBron. LeBron, please sign to a good team. I want to see you win another championship. How many do you have, actually? You have 4 NBA champions, 2 with the Miami Heat and 2 with the Cavs. And we have Devin Booker, Boogie, KP, James Harden, Klay Thompson. So a lot of free agents that could change up the way the league looks right now. Kemba Walker's still in the league, 32 years old, 90 overall. Is he playing good? Yeah, playing really good. So yeah, we have a lot of players here, 90 plus, that are just UFA. So a lot of these guys could just change the tides of the league right here. James Harden goes to Philly. Wow. James Harden with just what? Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Embiid, Tatum. That's a nice team. Devin Booker to the Chicago Bulls. Devin Booker, LaMelo Ball, Zion. Nice. Very nice big three. Nothing crazy. It's more like a name thing. Sabonis goes to the Cavs, and then OG to the Cavs too. DeMarcus Cousins goes to the Celtics. Frank Ntilikina, Tyrese Halliburton, double O. Devonta Graham, Karis LeVert. So they have nice depth and nice help alongside Jaylen Brown. Emmanuel Quickley and Jalen Brunson go to the Hornets. Kemba re-signs with the Utah Jazz. Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey to the Lakers. Just keep stacking up on guards. I guess that's the way to succeed. LeBron James to the Indiana Pacers with Dennis Smith Jr., Kevin Porter. I don't know who's on this team. I forget. I think Lance Stevenson might still be on this team. No, he's not. Miles Turner, Kuminga. Okay, LeBron. I guess if you really want to go to Indiana, Larry Markkinen, Danny Advia, J-Dubs, Ricky Rubio go to the Raptors. This is pretty interesting. Yeah, the Rockets get CP3, D'Lo, Paul George, Miles Bridges, Markieff Morris, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Williams. Finally, the Spurs don't get anyone. It's not like they needed anyone, but just thank God they didn't get any superstars or all-stars. The Timberwolves get Kristaps Porzingis and James Wiseman. So Cat, Wiseman, Kristaps. I wonder how that's going to work. Klay Thompson goes back to Golden State. They also get Bam Adebayo, Malcolm Brogdon. That's a good team. And then the Wizards get Aaron Gordon, Vooch, Malik Monk, Sam Hauser, and etc. All right, and you look teams, roster, Philly. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I kind of want to see what their starting lineup's going to look like. So Ben Simmons, Butler, Tatum, Triple J, Embiid, and off the bench, Harden, DeAndre Hunter, Julius Randle, and Kobe White. They are one backup big man away from, I would say, winning championships. This team is really good. Chicago Bulls starting lineup's going to be LaMelo, Devin Booker, Jonathan Isaac, Zion, and Steven Adams. I like that. The Cavs, man. I feel like this team has been disappointing. A team that once had Kyrie, Caleb, Blake Griffin, Paul George, and Boogie, and you guys didn't win a championship. A little disappointing. Speaking of Boogie, this team here, Jaylen Brown actually has help now. So Jaylen Brown, DeMarcus Cousins, Tyrese, Frank Ntilikina, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder. This team can make a conference finals push for sure. And then the Indiana Pacers, LeBron, Dennis Smith Jr. I feel like they played a lot together. Yeah, I guess he said, hey, if I'm not going to retire, Dennis Smith Jr., come play with me again. But they have a little big three here with Dennis Smith, LeBron, and Miles Turner. And the Indiana Pacers, I mean, I guess LeBron James wanted to play again. He recruited Dennis Smith Jr., who he played with a little bit. So, I mean, he's like, if I'm going to play again, might as well bring back Dennis Smith Jr. They have a decent big three here with Dennis Smith, Miles Turner, and LeBron James. And then just decent role players who can shoot the ball, which is what you need alongside LeBron James. The Raptors do get a little younger. Larry Markkinen, RJ, Denny Advia, but honestly, yeah, not looking good. This team, old, but still like somewhat competitive. Chris Paul, D'Lo, Marvin Bagley, PG, Clint Capella. This team could be okay. It could be all right. And then this team here, they did lose some players, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if they win 80 games. That team is just disgusting. Devin Booker's no longer on Phoenix, so this team here is just like, it's the new look. It's literally the new look Cleveland Cavaliers. The Timberwolves I'm kind of interested in. Cat, Wiggins, Porzingis, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn. This team could be pretty nice. They have a lot of big bodies, so. And you guys know, the more big men you have, like if you have a roster full of big men, you could probably win the championship with no difficulty. This team here, if they just get a center, a dominant center, they can make the finals push. Because low-key, what we'll do is we'll make Tobias into our power forward. You have a 1 through 4, you're just missing a center. Like Mark Williams and Kai Jones, they're good, but you know, you could do better. And then the Golden State Warriors, this team's pretty good too. Lance Stevenson, Aiden, John Moran, Clay, IT, Mo Bamba. Yeah, this team's nice. And last and not least, the one of the GOATed draft classes here, we have Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, the twins with a man in the SAR, Scoot, Taylor Hendricks, Brandon Punjimeski. I'm gonna butcher his name. We'll just call him AirPods, Bilal Coulibaly, all these players over here. We'll just scroll through that real quick. All right, cool. And we're gonna do this season. We're almost done the video too, guys. So if you have enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know, any support I appreciate. Even just clicking this video, I really appreciate. But also let me know if you want part 2, because this was a really fun video to make, just kind of resetting back to like, I would say prime years of basketball for me when I but when I started falling in love more and more with the sport. Okay, trade deadline, our second or third to last one. I don't know, I'm not really good at math. No good trades. Okay, cool. As per usual, no good trades. Award races, MVP, we got 3 Spurs: Jokic, Westbrook, Stephen Curry, and then Zion and Ben Simmons. Rookie of the year, Paulo, Chet, J-Dubs, Charles Bassey, and Jalen Duren. 6th man of the year, Harden, Dwight Sanders, Isaiah Thomas, Trae Young, D'Lo. DPOI, Giannis, Rudy Gobert, Drummond, Chet, Evan Mobley, and an MIP, Morris Wagner, Josh Giddey, Jackson Hayes, Devin Vassell, and Zeke Naji. All-star participants, your regular degular. It is Team Kyrie Irving, actually, the captain, and then Team Lance Stevenson. And it's pretty much your usual. We have Markelle Fultz and Scotty, which I think is a first-time All-Star. And we go straight to the end of the season. Man, the Spurs are just going to win. The Spurs are going to haunt my dreams. At the end of the season, Westbrook again, MVP. Oh my God. I want to take a look at this guy's accolades. 4-time NBA champ, 5 times MVP, 3 times Finals MVP, and 12-time All-Star. He might go down as the GOAT. I mean, maybe not. Like the MVPs, yeah, sure, it's good. All-Stars is good, but the championships, I feel like, oh my God, they 4-peated. If they win this, they 5th-peated. But like, the team's kind of so stacked. I feel like it doesn't really affect the legacy that much. Anyways, Chet Holmgren's your Rookie of the Year, 21-9. D'Lo, 6th man of the year, 22-3-6. Giannis DPOY. How many has he won? He has 6 DPOYs, which he won 2 in a row and then 4 in a row. Zeke Naji MIP, 14-5, 1 steal, almost 2 blocks. Kyrie Clutch Player of the Year, 32, 3.5, 7, 1.3 steals, 50, 49, 97 from the free throw was disgusting. And then Greg Popovich, 73 and 9. And then executive year, Benjamin Martin, 66 and 16. Congrats. OMB first, Westbrook, Kyrie, Luka, Lance Stevenson, Zion. OMB second, Jokic, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, Ben Simmons, Giannis. OMB third, LeBron, Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, LaMelo, and John Morant. All defensive first, Evan Mobley, Chet, Drummond, Rudy Gobert, Giannis. All defensive second, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Embiid, DJ, and DA. All rookie first, Jalen Duren, Charles Bassey, J-Dubs, Paulo Macaro, Chet, and all rookie second, Jeremy Sohan, Mark Williams, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey, and Walker Kessler. West play-in, Portland, Dallas, Utah, Phoenix, and the East play-in, we have Washington, Brooklyn, Indiana, and Orlando. No. LeBron, please make it to the playoffs. Nah, they get eliminated. All right, we have Brooklyn and Washington making it, and then Utah, Portland. And then official matchups out west, we have San Antonio, Utah, Pelicans, Houston, Lakers, Minnesota, Golden State, Portland, and out east, Chicago, Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, Philly, Cleveland, and Boston, Washington. Rookie report, we had Paolo lead the league or lead the rookies in scoring, followed by Chet, J-Dubs, Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey. Rebounds, Charles Bassey, Chet Holmgren, Walker Kessler, Mark Williams, and Jalen Duren. Assists, Brandon Williams, not sure who this is, J-Dubs, Paulo Macaro, Jeremy Sohan, and Jaden Ivey. And then steals, J-Dubs, Dyson Daniels, who only played 36 games. I don't know why. We have J-Dubs, Keegan Murray, and Jaden Ivey. And then blocks, we had Chet, Charles Bassey, Walker Kessler, Mark Williams, and Jalen Duren. As for the league as an entirety, we had Kyrie lead the league in scoring, followed by Lance, Ja, Cade Cunningham, Zion. Rebounds, Andre Drummond, still dominant with the boards, man. 15 rebounds for the season. I kind of want to take a look where he's going to end up all time, because he's still 29. How is he 29 years old? Wow, you really just do forget that he's still like pretty young. Like in real life, he's what, 32, 31 years old? My God. And then we have Rudy Gobert, DJ, Marvin Bagley, Evan Mobley. Assists, CP3, Lonzo, Ben Simmons, John Wall, Dwight Sanders. And then for steals, we have J-Dubs, Josh Jackson, Lonzo, Giannis, Westbrook, and last but not least blocks, Chet, Rudy Gobert, Jackson Hayes, Charles Bassey, and Joel Embiid. Snubs of the playoffs, Orlando, the young team with Lonzo and Markelle Fultz, they'll make it. Indiana doesn't make it, obviously, with LeBron, Dennis Smith, Kuminga, Miles Turner, and then pretty much about it. Milwaukee again. I don't know how many playoff appearances they've had so far, but it's kind of embarrassing. And then out west, we have just the stacked Spurs, obviously, and then the teams that don't make it are pretty much the teams you'd expect not to make it, you know? So that's pretty good. Same like the first round. And at the end of the first round, we have San Antonio, Houston advancing, Golden State, Lakers, Chicago, and Toronto, and then Boston, Philly. Same like the second round, we get San Antonio, Golden State, Boston, and Chicago. So 1-2, 1-2, both make it. Game 1, Chicago and San Antonio win. Game 2, tied 1-1 out east, and Spurs take a 2-0 lead. Game 3, Boston up 2-1, and San Antonio just kind of demolishing. San Antonio advances 2-2 series out east. Game 5, Chicago's up 3-2, and Chicago wins in 6. Zion and Kevin Durant, Western and Eastern Conference Finals MVP. In the finals, Game 1, Spurs. Game 2, Spurs. Game 3, I'm going to predict it, Spurs. Game 4, I'm going to predict the Chicago Bulls. No, it's the Spurs. Kevin Durant Finals MVP 5 times in a row for the Spurs. Player retirements, LeBron does retire. Also Chris Bosh, Carmelo, Chris Paul, Paul Millsap, Rudy Gobert. I'm actually pretty surprised that Carmelo and Chris Bosh made it this far. That's like that longevity to its max right there. So we should have a lot of Hall of Fame inductees, right? Yeah, LeBron, CP3, Carmelo, and Chris Bosh. Jersey retirements, we have, whoa. Oh my God, hold on. Chris Bosh with the Heat, Chris Paul with the Golden State Warriors, Pelicans, and Clippers. LeBron James with the Heat, Carmelo with the Nuggets and the Knicks, and then LeBron with the Cavs and Marc Gasol with the Grizzlies. Wow. Historical changes, introduced the NBA Cup and season tournament, and then all these here, you guys could kind of read it if you want to, and pretty much about it. Draft lottery, we got Miami, Detroit, Phoenix via Milwaukee, good job Milwaukee, and then OKC rounding up the top 5. NBA draft 2023, Miami Heat are going to be drafting Victor Wembanyama with Scotty Barnes. That's a nice 1-2. Brandon Miller goes number 2 to the Detroit Pistons. Number 3, Detroit Pistons are going to be drafting Amen Thompson, also very good. Phoenix Suns with the 4th pick, and they're going to be drafting Scoot Henderson. And last but not least, OKC Thunder are going to be drafting AirPods with the 5th pick. Low-key, Detroit could have just drafted the Twins on the same team. That would have been pretty funny. Asar goes to Phoenix, Bilal goes to the Hawks, Jarris Walker to the Knicks, Cam Whitmore to the Clippers, and Jett Howard to the Pacers. And then these teams over here, so on and so forth, get drafted to their respective teams. Free agency, Lance Stevenson, Stephen Curry, Jokic, AD, Brandon Ingram, Fultz, D-Fox, Shea, who's 90 overall, but he's slowly getting on the trajectory of what he's going to become. Blake Griffin, Cade Cunningham, a lot of very good UFAs. Sengun, finally some help for the Bucks, bro. Sengun and Jordan Poole go to the Bucks. Wendell Carter, Mo Bamba to the Bulls. Lance Stevenson, Mikal Bridges go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, Devontae Graham go to the Boston Celtics. So Jaylen Brown is really getting a lot of help right now. Jokic, Claxton, and Kai Jones go to the Clippers. As long as it's not the Spurs, I am happy happy with that. Stephen Curry, MPJ, Robert Williams, Pascal Siakam, Kevin Huerter go to the Atlanta Hawks. They also had, what, Paolo Banchero? I'm pretty sure Paolo Banchero. So Stephen Curry, Paolo, MPJ. That's a nice team. The Heat get Cam Johnson, Troy Brown. Nothing really crazy. Darren Fox goes to the Knicks with Chet Holmgren and Kristaps. Franz Wagner goes to the Lakers with Herb Jones, and pretty much it. Scotty Barnes is no longer part of the Miami Heat, so he goes to Brooklyn. Brooklyn with I don't know who, Colin Sexton, I think, because Anthony Edwards is with the Lakers. Evan Mobley, Markelle Fultz, DeAndre Hunter, Jalen Green all go to Indiana. Had you guys went before when LeBron was there, maybe he could win a championship, but I guess not. Josh Giddey, John Isaac, Rashawn Holmes, Grant Williams go to Houston. Shea, KCP, Kuminga. Why did the Spurs just keep winning? And John Collins. The Spurs just keep winning, man. DeMar DeRozan, after spending almost his entire career in Toronto, signs with the Timberwolves. I don't know why. Like, literally, he spent 14 years in Toronto just to leave. Like how kind of like how Tony Parker just did that with the Spurs and went to the Hornets. That was just, I don't know, kind of pissed me off. Like, you're almost so dedicated to staying your entire career to a team, and you just leave it and screw it up at the last second. Anyways, Warriors, Blake Griffin, Ingram, that's it, and pretty much it for the entire free agency. And we've officially hit current era. You guys see Tatum, Wemby, Edwards, Luka, all of them stuff. Okay, obviously, to end it off, the draft class. This is the current draft class we've all seen. The layout of the game feels so much different. Feels like I'm playing a different game. But we have Rob Dillingham, Alex Sarr, Devin Carter, Reece Shepard, Kello Owerk, Keyshawn George, Zach Edey, Mattis Buzelis, all these players over here. As for new teams, we have Sengun, Giannis, Chris Middleton. So maybe this three here could do something, make something work. We'll make Chris Middleton into a shooting guard, and hopefully that helps with anything. The Cavs, Lance Stevenson, Kyrie, Caleb. They're giving it kind of like one last dance over here with these guys. Now the Boston Celtics. This team could be pretty interesting. I want to see what their starting lineup's going to be. Tyrese, K, Jaylen Brown, AD, and DeMarcus Cousins. And then off their bench, their team is kind of good. This team can make a conference finals push for sure, The Clippers, Jokic, DJ, DeJounte. This team's not good. The Hawks, though. The Hawks could be making some noise in the East. Steph Curry, Paolo, MPJ, Dennis Schroeder, Robert Williams, Kevin Huerter, Zubac. Yeah, decent team. Miami Heat might just be good and make like the 8th or play-in just because of Wembanyama himself. What we haven't spoken about enough, I feel like, is Donovan Mitchell. He stayed his entire career in Charlotte, just kind of carrying them, just for them not to do anything, and he stayed loyal to them. Jalen Brunson has not done anything with his career so far. Emmanuel Quickly, 28 points or 20.8 points, and then Jared Allen. Lakers, nice young big three here. Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Franz Wagner. I'm kind of just pissed off looking at this team every season. They don't get worse. Their players don't regress. They're just, I don't know. Golden State Warriors, Ja, Aiden, Ingram, Clay, IT. It's like a perfect mix and match of just young and good vets that are still very good. Okay, and now we simulate. I think what we do is we just go straight to the end of the season, seeing how it's the last season, and kind of just keep everything a surprise. At the end of the last season, Lance Stevenson is your MVP, about 30 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6 assists. Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, 15.5, 8.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. Blake Griffin, 6th Man of the Year, 15.5, 7.7 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Giannis, DPOY again. I'm pretty sure they don't make the playoffs. 26.5, 8.8 rebounds, 6.7 assists. I've been about 1.5 steals and blocks. Santi Aldama, 13, 6, 2.2 wins MIP. And then Jokic, Clutch Player of the Year, 25, almost a double-double with rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals, and about 1 block. Will Hardy, oh wow. Greg Pop, I guess he retired. Coach of the Year, 70 and 12. And then Benjamin Martin, Executive of the Year, 67 and 15. All-NBA first, Lance Stevenson, Giannis, Jokic, Kyrie, Westbrook. All-NBA second, Ja, Luka, LaMelo, D'Lo, DeAndre Ayton. All-NBA third, Evan Mobley, Stephen Curry, Tyrese, KD, and Scotty Barnes. All defensive first, Giannis, DeAndre Ayton, Evan Mobley, Rudy Gobert, Chet. All defensive second, Lance, Joel, Mitchell Robinson, AD, Drummond. All rookie first, Wembanyama, Brandon Miller, O'Shea Abaji, Scoot, Taylor Hendricks, and all rookie second, just Sarr Thompson. All right. West play-in, Pelicans, Minnesota, Dallas, Sacramento, and out east we have Philly, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Washington. Simulate the play-in, and we got Pelicans, Timberwolves. Milwaukee finally makes it, and Philly is the 7th seed. Wow, the fall off is kind of real with them over there. Rookie report, we had 15.5 points by Wembanyama, and not far behind Abaji, Brandon Miller number 3, Scoot number 4, and Trevor Hudgens number 5. Rebounds, Wembanyama, Taylor Hendricks, Brandon Miller, Abaji, and Hudgens. Assists, we got Hudgens, Brandon Miller, Sarr Thompson, Scoot, and Taylor Hendricks. Steals, Brandon Miller, Hendricks, Jaime Hawkins, Wembanyama, and Sarr Thompson. And blocks, Wembanyama, Hendricks, Abaji, Sarr Thompson, and Keon Johnson. As for the rest of the league, Kyrie Irving again leading the league in scoring, and then Lance Stevenson. So these guys combined for about 60 points for the entire team. Giannis number 3, Edwards number 4, and Jokic number 5. Rebounds, Drummond, Jalen Duran, Mitchell Robinson, Aiden, and Walker Kessler. Assists, Westbrook again, just god damn, what is his whole career stats looking like? 23, 8, and almost 9. And we have D'Lo, Lonzo, Ben Simmons, John Wall. Steals, Josh Jackson, Lonzo, Westbrook, LaMelo Ball, Donovan Mitchell, and then blocks, Chet, DeAndre Ayton, Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert, and Evan Mobley. Last and not least, before we simulate the playoff standings, who got snubbed? Pretty much no one out east, and then out west, pretty much no one, right? Yeah, like the teams that were supposed to make it made it, which is good. And if I had to place my money on someone making the finals and win the championship, it's going to be the Spurs. The Spurs actually got taken to 6 in the first round, but we have San Antonio, Houston, Golden State, Lakers, Toronto, Chicago, and Cleveland, Philly. Wow, Philly upsets. I wouldn't even consider this an upset because Philly is just so good. Like Philly has Ben Simmons, Kobe White, Embiid, Harden, Butler, Triple J, Tatum, Randall. That team's like, it's not a 7 seed or typical 7 seed. Summit the second round, and we have the 7 seed Philly versus Chicago first seed, and then San Antonio and Lakers. Game 1's a dub for San Antonio and Philly. Game 2, dub for Philly. Philly up 2-0, Lakers take 1. Spurs up 2-1, and Philly up 3-0. 3-1 series, both sides. Spurs and Philly are up. Game 5. Spurs advance 3-2 over here for Chicago, and Chicago forces a game 7. Can they go to the finals again, or is Philly just gonna go on a Cinderella run? If Philly goes to the finals, I feel like they're gonna win it all. We're getting a close game here. Never mind, Philly's just gonna blow them out. Philly's just blowing them out. It's a done. Yeah, it's done. Westbrook and Ben Simmons, Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVP, and the finals. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2 go to the Spurs. Guess what? Game 3 and 4 to the Spurs. Yeah. Oh, hold on. There we go. I was waiting for Westbrook again. Finals MVP. Congratulations. Player retirements: Mike Conley, Derrick Rose, James Johnson, all of these guys over here. Congrats. Enjoy your retirements. Jersey retirements: Mike Conley, Memphis Grizzlies. No Chicago. No Chicago for Derrick Rose. I'm a little shocked to see that. Historical changes, just team brandings from these teams over here. Okay. And then we'll quickly go through the draft lottery. We have Memphis, Denver, Miami, and then Kings and Magic rounding up your top 5. After the NBA draft, we're going to do the free agency, and that's going to be the end of the video, guys. The first pick, Memphis Grizzlies are going to be selecting, and they're trading their pick, which I mean isn't so bad if they get a good return. Drummond. Would you rather have Drummond, or would you rather have Zachary Sachet, you know? And they get Reed Shepherd with the first pick. So it's like, would you rather Drummond or Reed Shepherd? I don't know. Denver Nuggets are on the clock with the second pick, and they get Rob Dillingham. Wow, he went up pretty early here. Third pick, Miami Heat, and they're going to draft Alex Sarr. We'll go up to the first top 5, and then we'll simulate. The fourth pick, Sacramento Kings are on the clock. They're going to trade it, aren't they? No, Seth Cobb. Who is this? I'm sorry, I don't know who this is. Orlando Magic with the 5th pick, and they're going to draft Devin Carter. So Zachary Sachet doesn't even go top 5. Zachary Sachet goes 6. So to OKC, Stephon Castle 7, Tyler Kolek to the Jazz, Donovan Clingan to the Pistons, and Kella Aware to the Mavericks. Last and not least, free agency, we have Giannis. Please leave. I've never wanted to see a player leave more in my life than you. DeAndre Ayton, Luka, Trae Young, Marvin Bagley, all these players here that could all impact a team for sure. Yes, Giannis doesn't resign, but they get Draymond Green. I don't care. Luka goes to the Bulls. Luka, Zion, and LaMelo Ball. I like that. Paulo, Marvin Bagley, Jared Culver all go to the Cavs. Trae Young goes to the Clippers. He teams up again with DeJounte Murray, which is pretty funny. Giannis goes to the Hawks. Yes. Paulo, Giannis, Stephen Curry. Thank you. Bam Adebayo re-signed to the Warriors, and they also signed Chet Holmgren and Mitchell Robinson. So a lot of big men, 3 power forwards and 3 centers. All right, and that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want a part 2. Any support matters. I really appreciate anything. Just you guys clicking on the video is a lot for me. And yeah, if you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know for a part 2 once again. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.